Chibi Robin, thank you for subscribing. Chat had crashed. Today my graphics card got updated, but the problem with stuff like that is that usually it causes it could have issues like that.
I wonder.
Payroll night. Got 5 minutes. Tony TR. Oh man. Amara Bleach, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. What? Mento Midget. Thank you so much. It went to Tony TRR, Mento Midget, Skadzy, Crom, Cattell, Kate is great, and Pishal. Thank you so much. Wow, what's the occasion? Any guesses on who the next royal? Royal. Whoa, I read your name and what your question was at the same time. No, I don't really have a guess. I'm pretty open about anybody at this point. I can't believe that's Peshal's first. Peshal's been here forever. Oh, I beat Donald Trump, chat. I'm a hero. Oh crap, it's new heroes. I don't got any of these guys. Oh wow, I'm automatically demoting this season. There's no way. There's no way to stay in. Wow. That sucks. All right. We forfeit.
Yes.
Why are you guessing legendaries? Today's a mythic. We got back-to-back legendaries. Unless you guys really believe we're getting triple legendaries.
I'm going now.
IS came forward. They have officially given up on mythic heroes. It's legendaries all day, every day now. You should build Boyd. I'm gonna build Boyd. I'm just not gonna plus 10 him because there's no reason to.
I'm going now. Excuse me?
If I plus 10 Boyd, yes, my arena team will be triple blues, which would be really, really silly.
Go where?
Triple greens, sorry.
It's okay, Noms. You don't have to try this season. Sources tell me
it's all
764 all fights anyway, and people still say it's just an exception this week. Keep the new damn standard. Oh hey, and hey, not Noms bit slow.
Yes.
Thanks, Gmo. And you're right about that. I don't think there's any point in attempting it. It's pointless. Is this mythic an OC or not? No. I don't think it's an OC. You guys think it'll be Letizia already? No way. I don't think so. Anyways, we got 2 minutes before it shows up. Ah, crap. As usual, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna give me an announcement. I'm gonna try and make sure I get an announcement. I have it set as personalized and ringing, but Nintendo always forgets to notify me anyways. Athos, you think? I think I said Athos last time.
Excuse me?
Wow, you guys really come in like really quickly when it comes to these trailers. That's hype that you guys still care so much.
Here we go.
The heroes, honestly, as of late,
Have to keep swimming.
it's been harder and harder for me to be excited about
Fine.
legendaries and mythics, because it's just like I gotta +10 them, man. It's hard.
Pog.
Killmonger, thank you so much for 4 months. By the way, we still have 1 minute, so I can just tell you guys really quickly. Hey, yesterday I took my melatonin pills. Problem,
Here we go.
they didn't work. I'm not even kidding you. I took the pill and I woke up within 5 hours. I didn't even fall asleep particularly fast. I woke up within 5 hours. So, what? This is my second time taking the pill and I'm already fighting through the effects. I was really, really sad about that because I did not get a restful night of sleep. All right. Let me silence YouTube real quick. Sorry, you guys. You guys have made things really sad here. All right, and all right, I'm downloading it. There's something seriously wrong with sleep schedule. I went to bed at 12. I could not sleep. I think 12 is pretty good, you know.
Damn 2 years.
24 months of honored medal. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Oh crap! I just realized I got the Japanese trailer. Whoopsies. Sorry guys, give me a second to write that wrong, unless anyone understands Nihonji here. No. All right, let's do this. Also, Big Clock Lover is here first, and also Frenzy, you dumb. Even if Nonpon was coming back yesterday, I wanted to return the favor for Mikoto, because he rated us the day prior after the collab, right? So all right, anyways, I'm downloading it right now. It'll be ready to go in a moment.
You'll be a memory.
Wait, no, I can't say final guesses because some of you guys are cheating. By the way, this always irks me. We're ready to go, by the way. This irks me. Whenever I see this, it always irks me. Hey, it's like hey, yesterday it was the playoffs, NBA playoffs for Toronto Raptors versus the Philadelphia 76ers. And prior to the game, there was a poll, and it's like, who do you think was going to win the game? It's just like 76ers or Toronto. And overwhelmingly, people were like, oh yeah, 76ers are going to win. All right, on the YouTube poll. Guess what? Polls don't close. So I saw that before the game. I'm like, wow, no one has faith in Toronto. Lo and behold, Toronto wins. And then you know what happens afterwards? The same poll, over time, it became, oh, Toronto Raptors win 70-30. I'm like, what? People saw the result and then changed their vote. Why? It's this pointless YouTube poll. Why would you do that? Why would you look at the answer and then put it in the poll? It's like, it's a YouTube poll. But people change their answers, even though it's like stupid. Like it's a meaningless, whatever. It's so dumb. That's why I can't ask you guys, because it's just how it is. People want to be right, even when it comes to like meaningless things, you know? All right, let's go. Let's do this. Oh, sorry, wrong screen. I was lurking yesterday doing stuff, then Nim left early and got worried. Oh, Monka S. I left early to watch the game. All right, let's do this. Sleep schedule fixing. If it was that easy, I would do it. We're about to start, chat. So if it hasn't been announced, please do it. I'm just gonna make sure the volume's good for it. Oh, did we hit a hype train? Whoa, Muted FR. Thank you for subscribing, Prime. Welcome. Crap, sorry. I wanted to say one last thing. Oh yeah, all the easy things in the world, chat. Everyone thinks there's so many easy things, but then they recommend like 10 easy things. And then once you stack 10 easy things, it's no longer that easy, isn't it? So yeah, even though it seems really easy to fix sleep schedule, there's like a list of things I gotta do. And going through that list is always gonna be really, really hard. And sleeping is one of the hardest things to do for me right now. I don't sleep well. Even if I keep myself like Even if I go to bed on the same time, like I always struggle with it. I don't sleep well. I just wake up in the middle of the night. All right, let's begin this. Sorry for all the sidetracking, but yeah, our new mythic hero. Unless we're getting 3 legendaries in a row. No way. There's no way. It's our new mythic hero. Let's do it. I wonder if they'll ever change that jingle, but then it would feel weird if it does change. It is a mythic. Okay, no triple mythics. What's that? What is that? Oh! Is that Nimious?
Foolish human, you dare disturb my slumber.
So, I know a lot of people think I don't play Fire Emblem games, but Shadow Dragon was one of the games that I really conflicted about. I enjoy it, and there's so many things I don't like about it. But it's nice to see Nimious here. Colorless Dragon. He looks so epic. There's something about, oh man, what was that?
Take your
What is
position.
that symbol? Whoa, his stats.
Suffer and die.
100 damage. Oh, let's go. He's dark. Obviously, he's dark. New light mythic, Nimious. No, it's very fitting for him to be dark. He also buffs her attack. Oh, this banner is looking kind of. Yeah, I remember looking at the calendar. I think this was a bit iffy. This is iffy. Ooh, chat, this is iffy. Oh, but Idun is back. Wait, is that our first Ascended hero on a... Is it? A Legendary Mythic banner. Is that our first Ascended hero on such a banner? And yeah, Mass Spark. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's not. It just feels so weird to see a Dune already. Yeah, now that I think about it, Fjorm was there as well, right? Legion was there. It just feels weird for Idun to be there already. It honestly feels like Idun was only here like a couple of months ago. Anyways, the Earth Dragon King is our next mythic hero. Oh, jeez. Is that the most badass looking character in the game? I thought when Kanigas released, he was super cool looking. So majestic, especially of his mane. There's something about Nimious. Big, burly dude with a lot of resonating evil energy. I like that. Zuriel, welcome back. 29 months. Thank you so much. Anyways. Yeah, so it's really nice to see Nimious. He is a villain that I have some experience with. Oh my goodness. His C slot. It's Chaos Control. I'm kidding. I made that stupid joke before with well, not everyone has played Sonic or like knows who Shadow is, but like I made that stupid joke when we had, what's her name again? Or Makoto, Horn's mother. Yeah, so it's nice to see that's a real thing. If foe within 4 spaces of unit triggers cancel, inflicts cancel control on that foe, and then limits the number of spaces target can move will cancel through the next action. If target's range goes 1, target move 1 space when cancel triggers. If target's range goes 2, target action ends when cancel triggers. So yeah, it really means if you're range, you can't move, and if you're melee, you can move 1 slot. So it evens out as being a maximum 1 space away from the engaged target. So that makes some sense.
Hi.
Steel Knitter, welcome back. 16 months. Thank you so much. Okay, but there's much more to this. Defense Res Ideal 4 is back, and prior to this, it was on Pirate Surtur, if I recall correctly. Really good slot, A slot for a lot of these heavily armored heroes. And then he has, or heavily, bulked up heroes. And then he has Assured Rebirth. Is he gonna rebirth? Is he gonna take over phase roll? No way. If units res over foes res, you make his guaranteed follow-up attack. Wow. So res check for auto doubles. Reduces damage from attacks during combat from AoE by percentage equals number of staff or dragon allies in 3 spaces. Funky, but makes some sense. Times 20. And also if units res over foes res, difference between stats times 4, maximum 40% total. What? Hey, I'm sorry. I thought damage reduction meta was dead, but it's back with a vengeance. So, 2 criterias. One criteria based on number of staff and dragon allies within 3 spaces. Another criteria based on units res over foes res, and then difference between stats times 4. In other words, he can truly stack up to 60% damage reduction. That is painful. My goodness, that is the best Dragon Wall in the entire game. Because it's not just damage reduction, it's a combination of auto doubles and superior damage reduction. And yeah, it's still by res check, so yeah, it's a improved Dragon Wall, a perf Dragon Wall B slot. 60% damage reduction is realistic for this dude. Glacius is going to be a nuke, so let's not even bother talking about that. Anyway, Shall Breath grants attack +3 at start turn, grants attack res +6, so he self buffs. And On Guard. On Guard neutralizes damage outside of combat from skills like Poison Strike, structures like Bolt Tower, except damage dealt by area of effect specials. What? What the heck? That means you can't like Savage Blow him? For example, Bolt Towers, if you leave him in front of a Bolt Tower, it just passes through him. If something survives attacking him, like with Poison Strike, it just does nothing. What a strange ability. Hey chat, what do you think this is gonna be really, really good for? Oh my goodness, I just realized. Wait a second, he's Ether Raid's defense hero. Avoiding the Bolt Tower is huge. Oh boy, okay, so that makes perfect sense now. Wow, an anti-Bolt Tower, if you guys don't know, is like the cleanest and easiest way to defeat savior heroes. And why did you whoa here for this big burly dude? Hey, Anonymous, you're not Anonymous, we know who you are. Anyways, that makes a lot of sense to me. Wow, okay. That's pretty serious. And because he's a dark mythic hero, he is avoiding Naga, which means unless you're specifically... Oh, well, it's not like he gets a free pass. That's definitely true. But at least he passes half of it. Anyways, if foe initiates combat or foe's HP is over 75% at start combat.
By Hector's and Life's duo skill.
Hector and Lithis' dual skill. Huh. Okay. I'll get back to that. At start combat, inflicts attack res -6 on foe during combat, and foe cannot make a fall attack. So he can only get hit one time. He should be able to double with assured rebirth. He has a shit ton of damage reduction, and at 60% damage reduction, chat, it actually is impossible for him to like die even if there's effective damage, because at 60% reduced, that is less than 100% still. Wow. Wait, did something happen? Defense res +9. The sword cat does 4 damage. So as a colorless unit, he has no advantages, but he has no disadvantages. Colorless. Who's a colorless killer in terms of offense? Colorless killing is mostly in terms of defense. Huh. Wow. This is gonna be interesting. My question is, if only he could use savior skills. If only, he would be so ideal. But instead, chat, you know what? I think the most accurate way to describe Nimious is that he's an improved Saros. Is he not? He's an improved Saros. He has an improved Dragon Wall. He does attack res -6 still. He denies doubles. And he does more in general because he has this on guard feature as well. He's just an improved Saros. But he's better off because Saros goes up against Naga and Nimious should not be fighting Naga. Wow, he is Dark Saros. That is such a weird thing. I really feel like if he were, he's still an infantry hero. But infantry, anti-infantry stuff is kind of rare, and anti-dragon infantry is non-existent. And as I mentioned earlier, he doesn't count, or he counts as a dragon, but he doesn't really care about the effective damage against dragons because of his damage reduction. And I guess anti-colorless stuff can still do damage against him, but then again, as mentioned, who's doing that? Like offensive anti-colorless heroes. Like that's not really a thing. I think the closest thing to that is like Young Leon, right? And outside of that, I don't really see it. So I guess people use Fallen Leon as well, but that's a range hero. So yeah, it's he has a weakness, but it's not as easy to take advantage of it. And as a whole, he's really strong. My goodness, Colorless is strong. Whoa, this is actually not a bad banner if you go for Colorless. If you snipe for Colorless, I think this is really strong. Micaiah is still a really good legendary hero. Meme is amazing. I think everybody should have Meme if you intend to do Astra Season seriously. And Medeus is just a much better Saros. You know what? If they put Saros in this banner, it would have been really insulting. So I'm glad they didn't do that. But for blues, you have one of the best savior heroes in the entire game in Adun. Legend Dimitri is not bad. Legend Julia is not bad. But yeah, I don't think those two are particularly good. But Adun really carries some weight as well. A guaranteed, I mean, if you spark this, you can get a guaranteed Floret, right? So that's pretty good. Green isn't terrible. Thor and Odor. But then Hell's not great. And for red, I think red's really pedestrian. Honestly, I think everybody has the two mythics, and Flavius is an okay hero. She's actually pretty good, but like nobody needs more sword heroes. I mean, if you spark, you can guarantee that Floret. All right, this is a weird. All right, chat. Would you say this is power creep? It's not 1-for-1 because it's colorless versus blue, but they are both defensive mythics. Even if they can't be used on the same season, this just really looks like power creep to me. I think this is a much better kit. To be honest, Saros' C slot is a non-factor for me. I think unless you run somebody like Odor next to her, it really doesn't matter. And even when it does matter, people can just wait the turns out, even if it minimizes the amount of turns they have to fight with. I think cancel control is much more important and much more useful. And because Medeus is not scared of bolt towers, you can put him in the front line and he can be exposed, and 60% damage reduction. He should be able to survive most things. He doesn't have this encounter, but you could give him this encounter. And yeah, the all double, and unless they have like null fault, this guy's pretty terrifying. So I think this is a really strong unit. And Hula refined for Garnet in like a week. They knew what they were doing. Ah. Huh. Just a different option. Wow, I'm surprised you would view it that way. The question is, who would win, Fallen Edelgard or Medeus? Oh yeah. Who would you guys prefer? This is kind of rough. Medeus can out damage reduction Fallen Edelgard, but he's not an armor hero. But Edelgard loses a lot of her power if she doesn't transform, so it becomes hard to deploy her. Whereas Medeus, you don't have to transform. He's just a straight up dragon. So yeah, Beast Hero versus Dragon. It's very interesting in that respect. I think I would still prefer Fallen Edelgard. You can use her in more modes, and in the proper compositions, she's very terrifying. I don't know. You guys can let me know. But this is our next mythic hero, the Earth Dragon King Medeus. Yeah, let me know if you guys are gonna pull. For me personally, I might consider sparking this. Maybe. Or sniping for Carlos. Getting one more Elameme or one more Adun would be pretty like amazing, I would say. But as a whole, this banner is kind of weak outside of Carlos, I think.
They exist. Fatal Guy also make way for the era of Canto Control Fidelsis.
So here's the thing about Canto Control. I don't think it's really good unless you can have a unit with it up front who can take damage or who's well covered.
I think he will have a fair share of usage as well of fodder. Canto Control would probably have usage for units fighting from the mid-guard instead of Mikoto that has to stay in the back. Also, RIP Mikoto, your refine is obsolete now.
Yeah, I don't think Mikoto really got used. I played around the idea of putting her on my team, but I didn't know why would I need a healer. But yeah, Medeus is obviously meant to be deployed at the front, use Canto Control to slow things down, and you wouldn't really want to replace that C slot. His entire kit is very solid, so you wouldn't change much of anything. Anyways, that is the banner. Earth Dragon King, why isn't he a legendary in Earth season? Willful, you keep thinking you're funny, but you're never funny. Just tune in. What are your thoughts on this mythic banner? We'll go over all the general thoughts in just a moment. Don't worry about that. Gotta say for another 3 Houses Summer banner. Yeah, I think this year's 3 Houses Summer banner, and I do think it's gonna happen for another year. Catherine, Shamir, guaranteed. So that's already enough for a lot of people to save for. Let's see. Let me try to read what you guys are writing. Kanye just all loses against him, I guess. Oh, wow. Perfectly fine with me since I run her on I run her on Astra season, so it doesn't really matter for me.
Oh yeah, I predict C Control is gonna be infantry and armor exclusive. It's literally them holding up a no pets allowed sign to those mounted units lol.
Fair enough, true. Crown about to one-shot him easy. You guys don't understand map, do you? Say you're 150% and you times it by 0.6. What's your answer? You can't one-shot him. Even if you do effective against damage. Effective against damage just means you do 1.5x, but after that you do the 60% damage reduction. That's why. Red's probably the weakest. Flavia carries red. Yeah, I think there's a lot of weak colors. Let's see. All right, let me double check. If Medeus beats Fallen Aelgar and emerges, he'll naturally double her. He has 4 more base speed. Kappa. Okay. That's great. Oh yeah, we didn't go over the stats. One sec, let me do that. All right, chat, my bad for not doing this, but his stats are actually available. So let's check it out for a moment. All right, Medeus with 40 HP, that is really low. He's heavily min-maxed. 18 speed, wow. The min-maxing here is incredible. What the heck? This doesn't even make sense to me. He's 63 attack base? What? Okay, just before people forget, Shadow Breath actually buffs him for attack and res up by 6. So that means he's 63 attack base and 43 res base. This guy's incredible. So 40 HP, 63 attack, 18 speed, 38 defense, and 43 res. In effect, because Shadow Breath should always be triggering, it's actually higher and very sustainably higher. Yes, you can panic him, but will anyone run a panic hero nowadays? I don't see a Versus used offensively ever again. Panic towers offensively are kind of rare as well, so yeah, he probably retains those stats. And retaining those stats mean he's going to be a really pain in the butt up. Wow, look at that team with him. He's going to get 60% damage reduction with this team easily. So yeah, he's going to be very terrifying and very hard to kill.
It's funny how Medeus completely counters Ishtar. Can't wait to see her do 4 times 0. Guess Teeny was the true ascended hero in that banner.
I agree. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but damage reduction right now got a huge boost here, which means the heroes that have anti-damage reduction are actually more valuable as a result. And the amount of Medeus we're gonna fight, I think is gonna be pretty sizable. You guys still fight Seroses on a weekly basis, right? Medeus is just a better Seros. So I would expect to see him a lot more. And because he's anti-Bolt Tower, and Bolt Tower is one of the most commonly used offensive structures, and because he can be placed in the front and use cancel control, he's gonna be very annoying for a lot of teams to deal with. Now, in terms of team composition, it's not the greatest. If you run a knot line, he's not going to fit in at all. So for people who run knot lines, this is not for them. But Medeus in a combination with, say, Catria, you can form a really strong team with that. Because people can't approach anymore because he has cancel control. People can't just wait for the Bolt Tower because he's anti-out of combat skills triggering. And by doing such a thing, because Catria is on a dark season, she doesn't have to worry about Ellie meme. I think you can make a really strong team if you run him. But again, it wouldn't be a cav line or like a super movement cav line. So yeah, it's not really for like knot line users. It's gonna be for somebody else who wants to develop a solid team. But I can see a lot of really good usages with him. So that's why I think he's a really good strong unit. If you guys were to rate him out of 10, how highly would you rate him? Isn't he perfect? I think he is. Just so you guys know, when Saros came out, I gave her like 9.5 out of 10. I thought she was ridiculous for the time. Now, that was on her release, which was like a year ago. So you shouldn't be saying like 9.5 in 2022. I wouldn't even say that in 2022, but on her release, she was amazing. That's why in terms of what's it called again? A Hero Rises. She was the winner halfway through. Even though she didn't win by the end of it, she was the overall favorite going through it all because everyone recognized how strong. And well, Saros, and she's popular, but now I think Medeus is exactly that. I don't really fault him for his weakness because at 60% damage reduction, that is still less than 100%. So even if you have anti-dragon stuff, he still doesn't get hit that hard. And because you can't auto double him unless you have null follow-up, like which hero is going to do all of these things? Like sure, Legendary Micaiah probably could do this. Or no, not Legendary Micaiah. Just because she's on the field. Not Legendary Micaiah. I don't think Naga can either. So yeah, who's really supposed to kill him? But yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. So that's why I think he's really a really ridiculous hero. Can you give him a 10 out of 10? I don't know about that, but I think he's really top notch. Again, you guys shouldn't just assume Marth is going to do it. Marth doesn't ignore damage reduction, chat. You would need a hero that can reduce ignore damage reduction or hit so hard it's not going to matter. Maybe Legendary Marth can do it, but then Legendary Marth wouldn't be able to be deployed all the time, so there are issues there. Brave Alm, if he does not kill him in one shot, he will die. Because Brave Alm is Wind Sweep, not Water Sweep. Which means if you can't kill him in one shot, he's going to get hit twice, and he's going to die. Yeah, I don't think people understand the math. As I said, effective damage is 1.5x, but you reduce that by 60%. That's less than 100%. He's not going to die in one shot. You know what? It's actually pretty interesting because some of you guys are mentioning it right now. Medeus plus Flame. If you create a combination where you can't reach to Flame and Medeus can't be killed, you're just going to win that way. But yeah, we'll talk about this more of the guys, but there's a lot of interesting concepts with Medeus that I can see, and that's why I think he's really valuable, and I would rate him highly. Units die all the time with 60%. It's not new. Okay, name it.
Welcome. Hello.
Hey, Legion.
Finally. Oop. Hello?
Okay. All right, now it works.
Oh, that's weird.
All right, Legion. Oh,
Okay.
sorry, chat. Before we start, I want to, you guys can hear Legion right now, right? How's the audio for you guys?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you guys hear him properly?
I mean,
Does it need to be louder or quieter or anything? Just let me know.
Oh yeah, I tried to fix the boom arm squeaking. Made a little mistake trying to lubricate that, by the way. Oops.
He's quiet.
Am I a little quiet?
It's crazy because I have Legion at 200%.
That.
No, Evan, not for you.
Oh, for who?
For me?
For the stream.
Oh, okay.
Bruh, come on. Alright, give me a sec to adjust this.
Evan, you're as brilliant as always.
Yep.
Not as brilliant as always. The audio stuff is really annoying. It changes itself.
I'm talking to Evan.
Oh, okay. It's really dumb because I keep adjusting this shit and it keeps resetting itself, and it changes. Because today I had by the way, when we started to stream today, chat, and I'm obviously frustrated, okay? So don't take this as the normal behavior of me, but like the stream crashed right as we started to stream today. Why? I updated the graphics card, and the first thing it does is crash. And when you update the graphics card, your sound card and whatnot is also tied to that. So that stuff also gets messed up. So it's really, really annoying, but you gotta update, so.
Yeah, don't you love that about forced updates or mandatory updates?
Didn't you just get a new card? Yeah, it's a new card, but new cards have new card issues. All right, guys, give me a second to adjust the volume. I hope it's gonna work out. All right, guys. Legion, say something. I want to hear
Something.
I want to hear the chat.
Hello there.
Chat.
Yeah.
How does he sound?
How am I sounding? Good.
Good. He's still quiet, but he's at 200%.
Imagine a team of Medeos, Moosebell, and Flame, 3 dragons and a little girl against the world.
All right, I think that should be fine. This is crazy. All right, let's begin this.
Okay. This time for real.
Yes, this time for real. The new Mythic hero joins the battle. I think we talked about Nimious coming to this game a lot.
Years?
Yeah, at the start, and then we just gave up on it because it felt like they would release anybody.
They just were like, nah, we won't include the most iconic final boss of the franchise, or at least the most significant. Like, nah,
Right.
I'm just not gonna do that.
He shaped a
Right.
lot of the dragon antagonists.
He literally
in other
is
games.
the Shadow Dragon.
Yeah, he's literally the title of the game. Yeah, no other final boss can claim that.
Yep. I'm glad they did him justice because, wow. Though we'll get into his kit later, but I'm glad they finally released him and they did him justice because he's among the more unique dragons in the entire game. Also,
Yeah.
did you notice?
Yeah.
Have you guys noticed they've been really doubling down on colorless units, especially mages and now
Oh
dragons
yeah, they really
in
wanted
the
to
past
saturate
year?
the colorless pool. Like,
Mhm.
they really
Right.
want to push. I mean, I think they kind of learned having female Grima as the only colorless mythic legendary up until Duma, and then just Duma Air and Grima for like who knows how long.
Right.
Like, yeah, the diversity was weak.
And now
I
they're
agree.
starting to improve that, which is nice. Colorless is just an automatic boon for most units because it's just the advantage that you get out of so many neutral matchups mitigates the loss you get out of an advantageous one.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
All right,
And who
but with
better
that
to have
said, right. But with that said, I do kind of feel cheated in a way.
Yeah.
Obviously, I feel like had he been released earlier, he probably would have ended up like Duma, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
that would have been really depressing because he would be in obscurity. And while we keep saying Duma's gonna get a refining date and he'll show everybody, there's no guarantees in there at all.
Well,
so we're
he is getting his remix next month. He's being
Yeah,
yeah.
right, but I'm
We really
saying
don't
there's
know
no.
what it is, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
no
there's-
matter what, Duma is always the living catapult.
Well,
always have that fault
Elamim
back on.
has been kicking his butt in terms of knocking his catapult out.
That's why he was res tech. Yeah, that really is the worst situation, isn't it?
Finally,
Yep.
Medeos.
When you
This is
literally have your
very
entire
exciting.
gimmick
I
fall
know
started
Duma
into
got him years
oblivion.
ago and Ethan is a regular unit, with Grima possessing
That's
the Robins,
unfortunate.
but this definitely opens up the possibility that an
But I have hope
other
for him.
missing final bosses
I don't
can
have
show up
like
one
an
day.
insane amount of hope for his remix skill. Like that he could just get defense res solo 4. But in terms of like his remix for Upheaval and his Foul Breath, I have some hope.
Yeah, no, he has some hope, but either way, it definitely Medeus came at a time where they kind of fully understand what a mythic should be as far as the combat
Oh, yeah.
and support hybrid. Like Medeus is an amazing combat unit as a tanky dragon, But then he provides that level of support, which is so crucial to defense that even having him is not a dead slot.
And I absolutely love. I'm sure a lot of people know this, but the reference in his. Oh god. That's sometimes what it comes down to in Shadow Dragon and New Mystery, just a Marth solo for Medeiros.
Yeah.
But
Even though he's actually not the best against Medeiros when he's the Earth Dragon.
No, Medeiros is actually a very scary boss.
Yeah.
Like he two shots basically anybody if he doesn't double them in a one round him. But anyway.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I love I'm sure people know this, but the reference on his B slot to staff or dragon allies is really cool. It references New Mystery, where he has a bunch of clerics who are possessed. He sort of feeds off their power, I believe.
Yep.
And then of course dragons. He just has a lot of dragons on his side in general. He is kind of the leader of the Earth Dragons. So. Yep.
Prince of the Earth Dragons, effectively its king.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really cool reference, and
yeah.
It's not. And what's really cool is that it isn't even mandatory. You can just go down the Dragon Well route if necessary.
Yeah, you can. You can still get 40% that way.
Right.
But you could, if the enemy for some reason has an insane amount of res, he could still technically get it if he has 3 of those Staff or Dragon allies near him.
Okay, but I got a question.
Yeah?
What does Canto Control reference?
That doesn't reference much. I guess.
I'm kidding. There's no Canto. There's no Canto in Shadow Dragon, but yeah.
No.
The reference is screw you.
Yes. And the reference is that he's.
I guess more specifically Tsushita.
yes, that's true. Yeah, I guess that the only thing I could think of would be like a reference for his like power and like control over things.
Realistically, it's just there to further assert that he is a good defense mythic.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, the one thing about him, there are actually 2 things about him. Real quickly.
Also, his Inferno map should have 4 annoying clerics with odd / even weakness.
I would actually bet on that. That's the kind of crap I would expect at this point.
I think there are going to be some clerics. I don't know if there will be 4.
There will
but
definitely
I could
be some because of his beast skill.
Yeah.
There will be some. Yeah. I think there will be at least 2.
Yeah, at least 2. And then at least 2 dragons, most likely.
I imagine they'll make one kind of like Maria and one kind of like Lena.
Yeah.
Probably some kind of reference to them, yeah.
Alright, so really quickly, I wanted to talk about the 2 things that really got to me about Medeiros. Now, he feels so close to being like one of the most ideal savior heroes ever, if he were an armored hero.
If he could do that. If he could do that, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Because he'd be like Ascended Dune levels of ridiculousness, I would say.
Yeah, except a mythic unit, which would just make him like an automatic slot for anybody who ever got him. Like, no questions asked.
You don't even have to, like, not having to waste a slot for Savior would be amazing, if that were the case. Obviously, it isn't, but what can you do?
I think they made that decision very intentionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely did that with some deliberate.
Because I definitely think he could have been that, right? Just like Duma ended up being armored. This is how I viewed it, anyways. Like what? Yeah.
There was definitely precedence. I don't think he moves, so it wouldn't necessarily be out of the question for him to be armored.
Right.
Yeah, and he's a big bulky guy. I mean, they do that with big bulky guys all the time. So.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Which,
and then,
by the way, his sprite is huge.
Yeah, it really is.
It's trying to go up with Surturin sprite size. Jeez.
Yeah, I always loved Medeiros' design. I know it's bald man with a beard, but it's still something about him is just very, very imposing, and I really.
Oh yeah, the art especially represented this very well. Like he's actually
it's his original artist from Shadow Dragon and New Mystery, Daisuke Iizuka.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, that is the Shadow Dragon artist.
Wow.
Yeah.
They got to really strut their new stuff with this because Daisuke Iizuka's did a lot of stuff for Fae, and it's so much better than anything he ever did for Shadow Dragon.
Because I've seen Daisuke Iizuka's cipher art before. It's just that's quite a while ago compared to 2022. So yeah, that's such a big difference. I didn't even notice.
Yeah. No, his quality has gone insanely, and it really shows with Medeiros. Probably one of them. Same with Marth, like Legendary Marth and Medeiros, both done by Daisuke Iizuka, and it really.
And Harden.
Oh yeah, and Harden. Go figure.
Yeah. And of course, Zalgiris.
It does look like Harden a lot.
He does share
he does
some
have some
things, like the
hardened
sort of
vibes.
dark aura on the sort
Fallen,
of
not
big,
fallen hero. Hint,
yeah,
hint.
very big stature.
Hint, hint.
Oh,
All right, but when it comes to Medeus himself, that min-maxing is ridiculous because he's 63
Yeah.
attack base. What the heck? I know.
Yeah, that's a natural
Yeah.
44 attack.
yeah,
Right.
he gets 3 from his weapons, so yeah.
Yeah, I know he gets 3 from his weapon. Still, 63 attack bases. That doesn't make any sense to me.
That's obscene.
Literally
Anything over
almost like a
60 is
natural
hitting
7.
really hard.
He almost hits a natural 70, with just his buff, not even the in-combat effect, where he now hits 75 with the in-combat effect. Like, jeez.
Right.
And some units hit,
Jeez.
most units these days hit like 75 with all their effects active.
He doesn't even use his A slot. He doesn't.
Yep. So this is the thing about Medeus that really gets to me. There will be some players who won't be able to kill him. I think it will be that bad for some
Yeah.
players. Especially if there's no bolt tower support now. You can't just lead them into that kill zone and hope it works out. He just doesn't care about it.
Nope. And because of all that extra, like, he has such a 38 defense, feels a little on the low side, but that's because he's not armored, and 38 is still plenty fine when you consider 43 natural res, which is not buffed by his weapon. He literally just has 43 res. That damage reduction combined with his naturally solid bulk, even actual, like, tank killers might somewhat struggle to kill Medeus, despite him not having any HP inflation.
Right, that's the thing, because his res is, if he reversed his defense and res, sure, his bulk against, you know, the usual melee attackers would be improved, but having so much res is just really helpful to make sure that he'll always get, even if he doesn't have that sort of staff or dragon ally near him, he can always get that nice dragon
40%.
wall. Yeah.
Yeah,
When you consider he gets 15 defense through his kit, who cares?
Yeah,
And
he
I
still
use
gets the
all on
53.
defense, so that's an easy 50% activation.
Yes, even crazy people can benefit, like you.
Right.
Yeah,
So I wanted to point all of that out because I mentioned it earlier. He really does remind me of Saros. In another way, he also reminds me of Duma. Actually, I think he has better stats than Duma, period. But
oh yeah,
By
objectively,
a long
he's-
shot, yeah.
Duma, I think has like 35, 30. Does he have like 33 defense?
I believe
Pretty
he has
sure.
like 33 defense and like 31 res or something.
Yeah, his
Like-
bulk is ironically not good. compared
No,
to
he has a lot of
Medeus.
HP, but his defenses are not great.
Yeah.
Right. But the other thing about Saros is that, man, he's just better.
Yeah.
Period. I
He's
actually
better.
can't think of why you would prefer Saros over him.
You
guess-
really need to
uh,
be abusing your mythics with Saros.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think this
Saros
is
is just
Hmm?
Saros is just mainly the problem is that her perf slot got kind of, it wasn't even great from the beginning. Wings of Light, for you have to have 3 or fewer mythics, and it gets gradually
I
a little
mean,
better.
3 or
It's-
fewer mythics is a non-issue. That you
I
can't-
guess that's
you should
true,
not be
but-
doing more than 3 mythics. That scores less.
Sure, but it's still just stats, and it's stats that you don't immediately get, or you get
Yeah,
one.
well,
deadly
yeah, you get
stat
3
immediately.
at the start.
right.
If you're using
3,
good
okay.
mythic carries like Odor, then you can make it work over time, but it takes a while to get really going. And realistically, all Saros is doing is providing support for the mythics, not for anyone
Right.
else.
Yeah, that's the problem. Otherwise, she's just pure combat.
That's why I don't like this because it feels like they just took Saros' kit and improved it in every way.
Medeus
Superior
just has
Dragon Wall.
both, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Superior Dragon Wall. Same attack res -6. Only gets hit 1 time. They did all of that
Actually,
stuff. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Don't forget, Saros only gets the attack +6 in the player phase, and only gets the
Yep.
def res +6 in the enemy phase.
Right.
She only gets one or the other, whereas Medeus gets both. And
Right.
Yeah, and the
both gets
follow-up
wary
stuff is
and
only
follow-up.
yeah, the follow-up, either half of the guaranteed or null or anti-follow-up rather is in one phase. It's not, you can't get both in the same phase. So
Whereas Medeus
Right.
doesn't even have to try to get both.
That's why this
Yeah.
is so ridiculous because they just took her and made him better. And in terms of the
Yep.
min-maxing, he's right there with her, if not better, because he has more stats.
Yep. And again, while he doesn't provide that super stat buff for mythics, which can be funny, if you run 2 Saros, for example, it can get pretty hilarious.
I like how
But
faster in this
on the
game
other
than
hand,
my
Duma-
keys,
I mean,
queens,
oh
and
god.
Flavia.
Medeus
Axel's a good
provides
Hmm?
some serious... Oh yeah, that is a really cool pointer.
that's actually pretty
Um,
cool, yeah.
Serious
even notice that.
general
And
support.
Flavia.
Also, I just find it hilarious that we have the Demon Dragon and the Shadow Dragon on this banner. And
That is true.
Pretty similar in dragon form. But, yeah, as far as Medeus' support, it's general support. It's not something that 1 or 2 units can benefit from at any given time. He literally makes the entire team function better, which is huge.
Right, and so that automatically puts him. Now it's a question of whether people still want offensive Mythic heroes. I think we've moved to like a lot of supportive Mythic heroes over time, especially at the core.
I think we ironically might in some teams move past that though.
For offense,
because
I think supportive ones generally have more place in, on your teams, but for defense,
but I'm talking defense.
Ones usually help more.
Because, for example, Triandra can't do much at all because of Milla.
I've noticed, yeah.
I don't, because I use Wintermere Beelies instead.
And while Duma can technically do, is really made for offense, he's just a support bot at the end of the day, and he can't do anything. So if anything,
that's the reason why I brought that up, because the long-term units have continuously shown themselves to be supportive mythics. The offensive ones always get
pure offensive, for the record.
Right.
Yeah, if you're a hybrid, you can make it work, and hybrids, I'd argue, are the best. But
heroes like, say, Hell, completely out of relevance at this point.
Struggles.
Yeah, Hell is a cool unit. I can't deny that. Useless. In fact, if anything, if you run the Mystic Boost build, you're actually making your defense even easier to kill, because it's free potion.
Right, and you can go to like Altina, for example, which, funny enough, they're both on this banner, so great. Give us 2 of the worst ones now.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dragging down the color.
But the point was, like, it shows, it's so hard to nowadays for me to just say, like, go for it. Go for, like, offensive or, like, a core fighting unit as a mythic hero, because we've been burned by it so many times now. Right? And then, the most valuable mythics historically have been heroes with Kanto, which you can argue is a support functionality, or heroes like Elamim, or Refreshers. Well, Refreshers, you mentioned Triandra, but, like, I still see people put her to good use, right? Like, because when she refreshes, guard drops down.
You can give some use out of Triandra, but she is, for anybody with Milla, a Milla target. Like, you will not be able to use that dance anymore.
She does struggle in some ways, but she still has utility. She's aged better.
Yeah,
than
she's
a lot
definitely
of
in a better position. But I think that's exactly where I think IS is going with the design philosophy on Mythics. Hybrid offense and support, not dead weight when their support fails or is not the core of their that fight, but also something that can actually provide support to the team and is not a dead slot that is only used for what that unit can bring to the table combat-wise.
I agree, and I think ever since like Thor, they really showed that, because Thor really did not need to have Worldbreaker. It was really cool that she did, but Worldbreaker could have just been for herself, and nobody would have complained. Everyone would have just been said that's expected. But no, that's how you ensure usability long term.
Yep.
Yeah, Thor is going to age really well. It's precisely because of Worldbreaker.
Yeah, that is uncontested support that a combat mythic gets. Just one little addendum that completely fundamentally changes the unit as far as where they can be used. Doesn't harm their combat role, but makes them so much more valuable in so many more contexts.
Right.
Same thing. I'm trying to think of other combat mythic we got recently.
Not recently. I mean,
because I think Elamine is not combat.
No.
The only combat.
I was always weirded out by Or not having it. Or just being so focused on fighting.
I mean, on the bright side, she does a pretty damn good job at what she does. I think that because her conditions are almost undeniable, she'll age a little better. But on the other hand, you have units like Oder and Atri, who are almost 100% combat.
Atri is a legendary. Come on.
Sorry, I meant to say Regan, not Atri.
Oh,
okay.
Regan, okay, yeah.
Brain fart. No, with their flat Kanto, that one extra little thing that realistically can just be used as combat, but it provides a support edge that cannot really be denied as being useful to most teams.
Right.
So
okay. So
combat mythics.
I'm just gonna get to the point. like the most valuable mythics in my books. Not's definitely one of them. Peony's definitely one of them. Ash is one of them. I would still say Milla, and I would still say Elamim, of course, because of how useful they can be.
Yep.
But the point was, like, virtually all of them are support first, and that's the reason why I have hesitations here. Because as somebody with like a +10 Sothis, for example, and Sothis upon her release, I think we could all agree was busted. She was amazing. But the problem is, over time, things change.
Was she busted? I know she was good.
Oh my god, you are questioning this? Wow.
Well, she had a nice full.
I'm trying to remember.
Didn't she have a BS? Wait, did she have a BST advantage?
She had trainee, but also no stats on weapon, and she came out right before the generation bump, so that trainee actually just became natural. BST
just kept her in the line, but unique special healing. As a result,
Sirius did put her a little bit over the top.
Yeah, if you couldn't one round her, then she did actually have a pretty nice rat series going on. Though
by the way,
was really amped up her roll to 11. Yeah.
By the way, I know a lot of people nowadays are really revisionist on this shit, but I still remember I was really on the fence of whether to make a +10 Sothis or not. But because of her availability and how lucky I've gotten with her, I decided to go all the way. But during all that, I kept questioning myself on this. I went to a lot of you guys, the viewers, to this stuff, and you guys were unequivocally for it, which is why it bothered me so much. Like a year and a half down the line, you guys are like, "Oh, Nim's +10 Sothis," like, but you guys were the ones who told me that was a good idea.
I think Sothis is a fine myth. I think she's a fine unit, not a great mythic, even for the time, but she's a fine unit. Like even now, she's okay. I'm not gonna bash that.
Listen, she's gonna get a refine one day, and everyone's gonna take back what they're saying. So, but the point I was trying to make, again, the majority of the top-notch mythic heroes support only, which is why with Nimious, as good as he looks now, it kind of reminds me of how excited I was with Saros. If I recall correctly, our Saros data mine was an hour long because that was like Dex's first stream or some shit, and he couldn't stop comparing it to everything and regurgitating everything. I never released that video, but we were that excited.
Against me.
Of course, but we were that excited about Saros, and at the time she looked nearly perfect, right? But look at her now. That's the reason why I'm so hesitant, because he looks so perfect.
I think he'll age quite a bit better.
He's gonna age way better.
I expect him to. Listen, with every wave of power creep and every wave of improvements, I expect him to be better and better in terms of like lasting through time. But that's not an infinite amount of time, and before you know it, we come down, because Saros, I think I would argue within a year and a half, we would already questioning her long-term existence.
She was the only Animus. She was the only 7th slot mythic for a little while. So
so that really helped her.
She existed.
That booster. Then Odor came out, and people generally thought Odor was a little bit better than her.
But it wasn't enough to like. Hard
I'll be honest, Odor is kind of dead right now. I don't see anyone really use him, and I would love to fight Odors. I don't care.
Well, it's he's dead, I think, from a perspective because he was just so unpopular.
That banner performed like garbage. It was
yeah, people didn't even like him, so yeah.
If people liked him, if he were a liked character, he'd actually probably be pretty common to see.
All right.
Yeah.
But the point was, at the time, I think I rated Saros anywhere from 9 to 9.5 out of 10. I don't think I could give her a perfect mark at that point because I recognized a bunch of issues, but she was as close as I could get to a perfect mark for a defensive mythic at the time. At the time, Chad. At the 2022. Context, because people forget the time periods. All right, but I do think Nimious is better in every single way over
Saros. Well,
over Saros.
Yeah,
and Sothis. And cancel control is amazing, and that will never go out of style. But yeah, I would not automatically be like, I'm gonna use this guy forever, chat, because I can't think of a single mythic who's purely or like highly focused offensively that has lasted through the ages. But again, he has partial support ability, so anyways, that's what
on guard alone is gonna immediately put that, because personal experience, the only thing that has ever countered my defense is the bolt tower.
Exactly. And I think this is
much more optimistic about him than Saros' chances.
But I think this is really good because for newer players, this is going to be as obnoxious as like Fallen Edo Guard. There are people who will not be able to beat this.
If you have a good enough defense where you literally can not just die unless they cheese you with out-of-combat damage like the Bolt Tower, they just objectively lose, realistically. Like, if you have a good Savior combo with Medeus and you can't use Bolt Tower cheese anymore, what can you do? Honestly, what can
A lot
you
of teams are just screwed.
Yep. Also, it makes me really happy that I kept my Kranion and Astra seasons, because this is an unbeatable unit for her.
He literally objective, like, outright counters the entire concept of Kronia. That sucks.
Yep.
Well, at least for the other half, she's safe for now.
For now.
I'm gonna be honest, On Guard is gonna be one of those things that probably only happens like one other time in the next 2 years.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not expecting some other unit to like get On Guard in like 3 months. I'm just saying, if I don't know, we never know what could happen in Animus.
Yeah.
So
I mean, look at how long it's taken Isolation to get anything besides Milla. Oh wait, there has
There are choice.
Milla, and
well, I guess they made it dual or harmonic skills or whatever, but like that's not the same
I guess
thing.
But those don't count. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
count.
because
All
they
right.
very rarely work.
So I think it goes without saying his base kit is meant to be kept, and I think the only decision you should be making outside of the special, I don't know why you would want to use Glacies, but Ice Spirit makes more sense. Is A slot. I think he's, if you truly want to make him obnoxious and a noob killer, he needs like phase A slot, distant. What is it called again?
Stance.
Yeah, if you.
Stance.
I mean, if you're running him with saviors, which I feel like a lot of defenses are leaning towards, you don't need to. Just focus on his melee, and he can be obnoxious as hell. But DC is definitely, or distance stance rather, is definitely a fantastic mixed phase option.
Yes,
I think that could check people into not being able to beat him.
Yep.
Without losing somebody.
The good news with his base kit though is that Defra's Ideal 4 triggers on its own.
Right.
because
Yeah,
of his
literally
bonus.
as long as he exists.
Right.
Because
At start of turn.
That's why I said it's something to consider, because it's hard to say don't use defense res ideal, because that also helps make him impossible to kill. Because that's an extra 9 stats.
It's at least 7, because as far as if I'm not mistaken, it literally just gets the on guard buff for existing. So
Yeah,
literally,
just at the
unless you
start
get,
of the turn. Unless
as long as you don't get false started, you will
false
have
started in
7.
Dark Season. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. At
Oh,
least you'll
also,
have 7.
this is also, the team composition for him is really incredible, because I see 2 teams with him I really like. All right, you run Not and Medeus, so you have one extra hero who can help move things along, and you have Medeus, and then you run Catria. And the thing about that combination is because Not and Medeus are both like infantry, and they have low HP. You can run an infantry pulse team with support from Catria and run a pretty ridiculous concept. Because if you have Medeus with instant special, it's going to be really ridiculous.
Ooh, instant Glacies.
Ugh. Or at the very least, like 1 cooldown iceberg even, or 2 cooldown iceberg with heavy blade, for example. Ugh. That could get scary fast.
Yep, and because with Medeus in the front, people can't even like pick at you, because he'll just lock them down.
Yep. He's a sponge who will not die without taking a fight or 2. And if you let him get any initiations, you're probably gonna die if it's with Catria, let's be honest.
Right.
Oh yeah, Catria Medeus is pretty scary. I'm gonna try that out if I get Medeus.
That's what I'm literally just gonna take my team and throw Medeus in it because I'm running a Catria ball.
Idun is also good at Medeus. Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah.
You could have like a far save Idun.
Either far or basic near save Idun, because that literally just gives him a free 20% damage reduction. Which, if you have full Dragon Wall from there, that's your 60% just by using Idun.
Right. So, immediately, this guy is such a core fundamental unit. Everything you put together of him is just ridiculous.
Yep. This guy can literally... If you're building a team that could hypothetically be cheesed by Bolt Tower, then Medeus is basically... Like, there are some teams that are so hyper-offensive that you really don't have time to stall for it.
Right.
Oh. So...
that Illuminati was very random.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice. Medeus Illuminati confirmed?
A world order working to destroy all offense teams, perhaps?
Basically. Yeah, so unless you're running like a Sigurd based note line where you are basically meant to either go in turn 1 or with fence turn 2, realistically Mideus is a unit that can just be slotted in no matter what and provide your team something. And at the very minimum, you can move your bolt tower closer, or sorry, your bolt trap. Yeah, if you're using him in
If you use some offense
President battles, for
right.
example, that can be useful.
That's true. And this isn't even counting that he gives just a free attack res +6 buff to allies within 2 spaces. So Note gets effectively 12 for buffing her weapon.
Note doesn't need to have mana. The only thing is, just don't fight against Aversa, I guess. But
I guess,
not a lot of Aversas in offense these days. Even bows are fine.
No.
Right.
That said, shoot, I forgot what I was going to say.
Tragic.
Nope, I cannot think of what I was going to say.
All right.
Happens to the best of us. I like Medius's animation too. There's sort of like the spikes that come out from. It's not just the purple breath; it's the spikes that come out from the ground too.
Yeah, no, definitely aesthetically, he is He is fantastic.
Yeah, his art and as Dragonform is very faithful to Shadow Dragon.
Yeah. And his voice acting is also fantastic. Like,
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Character-wise, already amazing.
It's a new voice actor to Heroes.
How about, okay, before we go off to the pull, and I want to hear about whether you guys are pulling or not, I want to point out this banner, however, is kind of iffy in my eyes. I think Colors is really good.
Itself is
Colors is great, but the other colors, at least, yeah, the other colors are a bit. They have at least one dud in them in each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue. I think blue's honestly.
That's probably second place, but it's really iffy because I don't really value Legend Dimitri as much as before, and same thing with Julia.
I would say green is probably second. I would say green is second. Hell is a dud, sure, but
probably second because
Thor is great, and Odor still has value.
Yeah. Well, the only thing with green is Thor. Just we literally had the best banner.
Oh, I guess yeah.
So
yeah, do you really need Thor still? And likewise, getting a Hell nowadays, I don't even know what to do with a Hell if I got one at this point. I would never.
What you're telling me is I'm gonna go +10 Hell right now. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna +10 Hell. That's what you should do.
Yeah. Honestly, red with Flavian Mirabilis. Those are still good.
Oh, come on.
Red's worse. Red's worse. Don't even try to argue that.
Yeah.
Well, Altina, if you get an Altina, you're just...
Altina's a dud. Okay.
She's so
Julia
bad.
and Altina are going to get remixed soon-ish. Not soon, unfortunately.
2023.
Yeah. So until then, both are not in a good position. I think Julia will actually be alright, posts are fine, but not until then. So
okay.
For now, who's a dud?
To sum it up, I think it's I think Cullis is first by far, and then you can question whether it's blue or green next, depending on who you value more. It mostly comes down to do you value Thor or Dune more, and then it becomes questionable.
Or sorry, Thor or Dune. I'm thinking Cullis. Jeez.
It's Colors first. There's no question about that, and then I think it's red last. So yeah, that's why I don't. This banner is so iffy. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I'm sparking Mideus if I don't get him on the way. That's
my idea. Yep.
Like I am 100% going to get Mideus. I've been
saving I'm probably skipping.
To spark, I think.
There's roughly half the banner that I don't find value in, which is the rough part.
Yeah.
Because I see the promise in him and I like it, and I want to try and play around with it, but I can't justify going for this banner of all things.
I wanted to do this for so long, and right now my defense has a semi-dead slot in Valka, because I run Jamka as well, so they're kind of redundant. Mideus being able to stop the one thing that was causing my team angst would be so valuable. And
I just want to slot out Triandra because I don't have any murders on her anyway, so I can. Just
I'm only using Triandra for bonus. That's part of why I was thinking I don't need full support. I literally don't even use Triandra anymore. I have no reason.
I don't even put in defensive mythics anymore. Like I just run double nut. That's all. I don't care about any other mythics, even if they're bonus. No, I'm saying I would not change it in for bonus here. It doesn't matter.
I don't swap
Your
in anything. Your
composition is very tight.
Lazy.
You really don't have
I can't move anything. So, yeah, chat. Let me know if you guys are gonna pull. Once again, here's the pull. We're gonna go over it in a moment.
Also,
At
it
least
kind of
on guard
hilarious.
technically makes distant pressure on note better if you don't have distant dart, because it gets rid of the post-combat damage.
Oh yeah, right. That is.
Oh, we
one
haven't
thing I
talked
did
about
need to
that
know.
much.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
All out of combat damage, including Fury and push chips, are nulled. And this also includes, not as applicable right now, Thialfi, Sukvabecker, and Creamhild's out of combat damage.
Translation:
I used to.
Fallen Berkut, Base Leaf, and
Dual Leaf.
Thracier.
Wait a second.
And-
That's so
yeah,
funny.
Dual Leaf.
Are you?
Yeah.
That kind of makes the argument of using Fury 4 on him a valid one. No, I don't like that. So.
I'm not saying it on him. It nullifies it for everybody.
On
Yeah,
allies, it could be really nice. Yeah.
So if he's the nearest ally to Dual Leaf, for example, he doesn't get hit by the chip damage, meaning that Dual Leaf doesn't have a penalty.
Hey, he's a great ally for Nemesis Legion.
Yeah, he's also a great ally for Nemesis, since now Nemesis can't be screwed by that. Yeah, so there's also going to be some interesting synergy options and potential openers for things for units that don't want to be chipped.
Oh yeah, he just for Delphia and Barst, he just gives them a weapon that gives them +4 to all stats with no cost.
Yep, things like that. Worth considering as a larger scale thing, but just thought that was also funny. And the fact that Medeus is an attack mythic with Saros, so it's like they knew what they were doing when they made him.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice he was plus attack or attack boosting rather.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh my goodness. If he were Astro season where I do in fact run Savior units, I would value him more. But my Dark team is just a not line.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the only thing is, what out of combat damage is really scary besides the Bolt Trap in offense?
Nothing.
Yeah, in
but that's
offense, in defense, the scary stuff is obviously the comps that you used to dominate.
That's usually that's usually how most people would beat these really, like for example, if a person has a +10 vector, especially with like Hardy Fighter or something, majority of people can't do shit about it until their Bolt Tower hits it. So
yeah, it is gonna cause some, in defense, it's definitely gonna be much more difficult to break those teams just because of Medeus, no matter what.
Wait a second, there's nothing they can do about it. If they just position it correctly, there's nothing.
I mean, you can go in on turn 1 before Hardy Fighter procs.
Okay, well, that could have other issues because you gotta go through like buildings and stuff.
Yeah. If you literally just don't get the kill on turn 1 and Hardy Fighter goes off, then assuming Medeus keeps buffing the Hector with his buff, Avant-Garde, good luck.
Yeah, because
+6, yeah.
Good luck.
Because even if we all say all of this, I kept trying to point this out because people were trying to say Marth is just gonna kill him one shot. Heck no. He is 60% damage reduction. It's not 60% damage reduction on the first shot. It's just 60%.
Yeah, I mean, Marth has... You could really easily get Marth to 100 attack if you try. Legendary Marth. But first of all, Fire Season. Second of all, that still won't necessarily kill a 60% damage reducing Medeus.
Yeah, I wonder... I'm curious to see what all the Marth matchups will look like against Medeus. All Marths have at least one...
all Marths have at least one advantage against him, even young Marth, because he's armored effectiveness. So
Excuse me?
He's not armored.
Oh, that's right. Oh, what am I saying?
I know, people keep thinking he's armored.
It looks like he's armored.
I know, yeah, I don't know why
he has an armored stat line too, but yeah, he's not armored.
Okay, but he does most of them, all the sword Marths, except for young Marth have been.
Okay, but who can... I don't know who can kill him, because unless your Marth has null follow-up or it's Legendary Marth. But again, Legendary Marth is not a guaranteed solution. If it's not a season, it's detrimental to even run him.
Well, Brave Marth has null follow-up, but his bulk is questionable.
Because even with Brave Marth, I think you could die in one shot. I mean, he does have Spurn, but
he does have... Medeus can't throw a special back. 80 attacks not gonna one-shot their Spurn.
Well, he could if he runs Pulse with a breath skill and Iceberg or something. Yeah. He could, I was gonna say he could run Infantry Pulse.
Actually,
not Infantry Pulse.
I think that points out why Brave Marth is gonna be so valuable, because I think he's probably your cleanest solution. Because after that, he can set up his distant counter Vantage, Shining, or what is it called? Heroes? No, what is it called?
Shining Emblem.
Shining Emblem. All right.
Yeah, you could actually, because Medius will get him pretty low, and then you could just Vantage from there.
Right.
Yeah, Brave Marth, for example, had like 80 attack or 86 attack against Medeus. He'd be doing, with Medeus' full 60% damage reduction against a natural Medeus, probably in the range of about 30 damage per hit. With,
I think,
assuming like an 86 attack Marth, which is pretty close to max.
Right. I expect Legendary Marth to beat him, guys, because he'll get 2 shots in, and Medeus can't counterattack, so that doesn't matter.
Also, bonus doubler, penalty doubler.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's a very odd exception because, you know, it has to be a season, and that might never line up, right? So the other thing is, I think Julia could also do it, but again, that's a Legendary hero, so season might not line up. But the good news is her res is so high that Medeus should lose a portion of the damage reduction.
Yep.
And he loses the
Yeah, he
buffs
very
as
well
well.
could, but yeah, he loses his buffs, but she doesn't have any form of
Follow up.
Follow up, yeah.
So she has to kill.
Yet.
She just has a straight
Medeus
kill.
Is wary.
Which is pretty tough to do in one shot.
Yeah.
Right.
And keep in mind, by the way, we're talking about all these units. Are you seriously gonna run a dragon effective unit just to kill a mythic in offense?
I know it feels
That's
so
the thing,
silly,
yeah.
but you can't. You have to respect this guy. you
Yeah,
can't
you
just.
just basically have to run dragon effective or no follow up.
I feel like my Ascended to Dune's probably going to be able to handle him anyway in enemy phase.
Is she's
Okay.
safe?
To be
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're safe.
to be honest, if you could savior him, that'd be great. But the problem with savior teams is that you don't know what else is there. A savior team, like, I've beaten Vectors before with my Knot line. How?
I guess a Deadeye Uller could kill him.
If you have an instant Deadeye.
Well, it doesn't really matter. Uller is made to proc Deadeye.
Right, she
under
is the
all
desperation
circumstances.
and half no follow up. Yeah,
Okay,
And
yeah, so
tempo.
maybe or.
She could if she
Yeah.
stacks enough attack.
Okay.
Yeah, Uller
Anyways,
most likely could. Yeah.
back to the point I was trying to make. My team can beat a Vector even if all of them die. Well, all but one die. But the reality is they can do it because they can just keep throwing themselves at that same target until somebody breaks through. So it's not a guarantee of like, hey, I have this hero that can probably take this hero. But if you put yourself within range, you throw yourself into all sorts of potential problems.
Medeus is. Keep in mind, at the end of the day, Medeus is the mythic, and he might do non-negligible damage. The team is made to carry. The mythic is more so to the support. If you can take the mythic, congratulations, you take the easiest part.
alright.
But that's why I think Medeus with like an infantry pulse team is very deadly. Instant special on him makes it no matter what happens, he's deadly.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Turning Medeus into a serious threat himself is terrifying. That's why I like him with Catria Ball, because infantries are made for this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
And you
seriously.
combine him with some serious offensive pressure.
That's
And some
scary.
saviors. Not only would it be hard to penetrate because of saviors that cannot get bold towered, but also you have a mixture of Medeus and other offensive carries to completely, like, throw out some teams without even sweating, just because of how hard it is to both penetrate and tank.
I'm
And even
surprised.
for-
Even
Even
I'm
for a team
surprised.
like mine. Sorry, what were you
Yeah?
gonna say?
People
go
keep
on.
saying Brave Alm is a counter, but I'm surprised people keep mentioning that.
No,
He
no,
doesn't-
he's actually not.
He's not. That's the thing.
Not a hard counter.
Brave
Because-
Alm can't.
People
Alm
keep
doesn't get his
thinking
no follow up against him.
right. People keep thinking it's a true sweep. No, it's win sweep and null fall up against physical heroes. It's not a true sweep.
Yeah, it's not even
Uh,
a true no follow-up, as I recall.
It is
half no follow up against.
Yeah, well, yeah,
physical.
it's a unit, and also yeah, no, it's only no follow-up against those movement those weapon
Yeah,
types.
yeah.
So he
That's
doesn't
the thing.
even.
That's why water sweep doesn't work with Brave Alm, despite people trying it.
Yeah, that's like he not only can't sweep, he can't double. So he's going to have to kill with Sen Scale.
Yeah,
and if he
he'll
can't
do a lot
that,
of damage, but I don't think he'll kill with Sun Scale.
no. And if he can't do that, then Medeus is gonna just double back unless Alm has no follow-up. And
Yeah,
if he
which
has
would
close
be
call,
stupid.
it's still not much better. Like
Brave Eliwood is not a good counter either. His res is so low that he's gonna get the 60% damage reduction. In which
well,
case,
Ellie Wood could just
Well,
use
Eliwood
water
has.
sweep.
Yeah, well, he
But
could,
yeah, there's the res reduction.
But Eliwood does have the 40% damage reduction, so
yeah,
based on
Eliwood
speed. And no follow-up.
Eliwood's in a slightly better place than all, just slightly.
Yes. But Eliwood is also a lot less common than all. So.
You don't
Yeah,
think he can
okay.
die in one shot?
If it's not an instant special, Medeus?
Yeah,
I think it-
yeah, Eliwood could take one hit.
Keep in mind that
if it's not
Eliwood gets
instant
10
special.
res and 40% speed reduction.
Yeah,
Plus he's
that's
in
the thing.
Mythic, he has Mythic buffs.
Because
He'll live.
I think a properly set up Medeus with like Iceberg drop down to 1
Oh,
cooldown.
yeah, instant
that's what I
special,
would
yeah,
do.
he could kill,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Definitely,
you don't
yeah.
even have to go to 1 cooldown, Medeus. We have 3 breath seals.
Yeah,
Oh
could just do
shit, you
loading
can just run a
breath on
breath
it.
seal. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Yeah, there's the classic infantry combo, times pulse breath, and you wouldn't need to run times pulse if you're doing an infantry pulse. Too,
Yeah, just
so.
1 infantry pulse and breath Medeus, and initiating onto him with anything that doesn't have tempo is borderline suicidal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, there's a lot, especially since Medeus has all the nice infantry boons that he can do to actually become a serious threat on his own, and that
If you run
is going to be scary.
If you run Tyne, someone was saying this a while ago, but this further proves why Tyne is kind of the hero more so of Ishtar's banner than Ishtar herself, because
Yep.
she can pierce through, as long as she has a special ready, she
Yep.
can pierce through Medeus's damage reduction and one-shot him.
Yeah, hypothetically. Whereas Ishtar is going to do 0 times 4. She may
Yep.
be able to proc specials, but that's it.
She's going to turn into Olwen, yep.
Which, that is one thing, just as an aside, Medeus doesn't have guard, so if you so chose, you could run a stance to give him that guard effect as well.
Yes, you could.
I wonder what would happen if you just use Young Innis instead.
You
Young
could do
Innis?
that.
Yeah. Ruptured Sky Young Innis, I guess, kind of works too.
Okay,
and
but the
Medius
problem.
has lower defense.
Hmm?
Medius
There's-
also has lower defense than Res.
Right.
Still high, but
And
Okay, the entire point is the fact that we had to discuss this means it's not easy. It's not
No,
free.
when we're
they're
talking
basically a
about the
damage reduction,
Mythic-
piercing, null follow-up, or both. So,
When we're talking about the Mythic being a problem, that's already enough of a sign.
yeah,
Especially when you consider all these units we're talking about aren't common offense units.
right, yeah. So
Like,
it's... And even the
packing-
dragon effective ones are often struggling. So.
Yeah, like if you're having to choose specific units to counter a Mythic, I think they've already won. Just saying.
Right.
Personally, I'm not that afraid. I mean, I expected a lot from Note as a combat unit, and that she really doesn't do much at all anyway, so I'm not expecting much from Medius either as a combat
Oh my
unit.
god, no. That's not a
I don't
good
think
argument.
That thinking is warranted.
You
You
I mean,
can't
at the
compare
time-
Note and Medius.
Even at the time when, like, obviously...
I
Saves
already
worth is
ran
common,
with
but-
that train of thought with Saros earlier because that was the same idea, but that's the reason why I brought it up. The idea here would be, hey, perhaps he will flounder in the future, but the setting, I don't think there's a clear option right now is the problem. And while people keep, by the way, I think a hero like Dual Crown probably has a better shot, even though it's not effective against damage. The fact that he doesn't have to worry about damage reduction, it's probably does him a lot more
the
favor.
Deadeye, yeah.
Yep.
Also, it's not exactly unreasonable to out-res him because of units like Air, who obviously has the +5 res from her Mythic boost, and then also Sparkling boost 2 with the innate +5 resistance, and since this is a start of combat resistance check, it'd be
But-
pretty easy to get enough units to out-res him so he wouldn't get that follow-up.
Wait, you actually think you can out-res him? He's 50 base res, or
By the
not
way,
50.
that follow-up is not
55.
out of combat. That res check is not out of combat.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah, it's in combat.
That's why I think it'd be easier, because offense has a lot more ability to stack res during combat than on defense, for a Mythic,
it's-
certainly.
They're
But
in a better
how?
position. They're in a better position if they're using air. But
Right,
that's-
because Shadow Breath adds 6, then he drops, during combat, he drops your res by 6, so that's a swing of 12. Then you can calc for defense res ideal if that's still existent, but even then, even if you don't do all that, it's still 55 res, and that's not an easy mark to hit.
yeah, you would need a serious like tank that is specifically made with res in mind. A and B is not a far save or mage tank unit. Like they need to be a super tank or a tank unit in general that is actually supposed to fight Medeus and not other units. Because far saves tend to have really high res, and mage tanks have high res, like Valentine's Robin and Julius. But they're not going to fight Medeus, so who cares? Near saves on the other hand, like Gustav, for example, or Pirate Zerter, have okay res, but not that high. They're going to have a little more struggle.
Like, I'll look at my Hector right now, for example. Like, he has 34 res right now before any mythic buffs, so if I put an air with that, it's obviously 10 more resistance basically during combat, and then I also have a merged dogger, so it's 5 more. That's already 49 resistance, and you can have like a Mila for +2 resistance.
So 51, but Medeus with Ideal is hitting mid-60s. Just by default, I'm saying.
So maybe he doesn't get all 40%, but he'll get like 36%.
No, that's the point. That's the point. Azure Rebirth is such that if you run the comp with him, he doesn't need the res reduction the whole time. He can just use allies.
Right.
No, he'll be fine. He'll be totally fine.
Other savior tanks like Fjorm has 37 res base,
but she won't fight him.
She won't fight him. Tiki has 32 res base, or less than 32 actually. The point I'm trying to make is like a lot of these heroes that potentially you could stack enough res on, they're not good matchups anyways, and they're not stacking enough anyways.
Yeah, no. Medeus, the majority of the time, will get something. He may not get all of it, but he'll get something out of his reduction for the rest.
I don't think overpowered, but I don't think you should made him either, obviously, but I just don't think that's scary.
He's definitely, I'll just put it this way, he's definitely a unit that should be assessed as a unit and not looked at like Leaf or Sothis, sadly, as a complete non-threat.
We forgot to mention this, but secretly, this is another a +1 for Nagi. Nagi's secretly a really good savior unit, kills Yuri's, for example.
Yeah,
but nobody
counters Yuri.
Hard counters Yuri, would hard counter Medeus.
But also with synergize with Medeus, she provides the far save support and an extra dragon for Medeus's buff.
I know it's so weird, but yeah. But the problem is I don't think anyone really runs Nagi or really has Nagi.
Not yet.
She's like this secretly great unit in this current meta, but nobody has her.
She has good bulk, it's just that I think she's going to take a refine to really
it's good. Once she gets to a refine, she'll be probably arguably the best far save besides Vector in some cases.
Well, we can't. I would say we have to be a little bit cautious about that. I don't think a refine's going to be bad, but you can't say anything until the refine actually happens.
But I think she's going to probably be one of the best far saves.
Probably one of the best, yeah.
She is slaying. That's all I need to say. But until then, she's just an underrated tech. Too. She's an underrated tech right now, which is kind
anti-colorless, anti-AoE, slaying.
Yep. And dragon effective.
All right, let's go over the poll.
Usually matter.
Yep. Also funny because Nagi is explicitly brought in to give you a chance to counter Medeus if Tiki dies, or I believe if the Falchion's lost.
I think Byleth can do it.
Yes, he should be able to.
Because he doesn't care about damage reduction. But again, it goes back to the problem we were discussing with Legendary Mar, for example, being counter and everything. Yeah, it's you don't have them at all times. That's the problem.
Nope. The only unit that realistically of that archetype should be used consistently by people is Ruptured Sky Innis, that has a chance. Or Luna Innis, which neither of those are used in offense anyways, so not exactly the best example either.
Yeah. Alright guys, let's go over it. Will you pull on the Mythic Heroes Medeus banner? Yes, we're going to try pulling for all of them. No, I'm saving my orbs on another banner. That is me. I also could have gone for all colorless, but I honestly think I should be smarter with my orb usage.
Are you going for Marth while he's out here?
I am now seeing extra value in Marth because I've run a light season Marth with all the supports he gets, like for example, peony support. And then I fight, just run him into a Medeus. I think it'd be fine to do an engagement like that because I think
he'll be all right. He'll be all right.
Right. I think I see some extra value in him now. So yeah, I'll probably try and go for the Marth of the tickets instead. Because, guys, plus 10ing a Brave Marth is actually not a difficult thing to do, realistically speaking, because there are so many guaranteed banners. You can spark him 3 times, for example. There's a manual of him as well. So you just gotta really pull him like 5 times normally, or 6 times normally, that's it.
And if he's on any legendary, I don't think his legendary rerun wasn't one of the sparkable ones, but yeah, you could literally get to like +3 or +4 without even trying if you just convert a little bit of orbs, like with a sparkle mind. So +10, not that bad.
Yep. So yeah, with all that said, chat, I think that's probably a better usage of my orbs, because, and even if I did get him, Nimious, I like him, but I run a knot line and I'm gonna radically redesign my team.
Yeah.
The reason I don't like that is because my team has been doing excellently. It is a...
Yeah, your team is fine.
Yeah, so it's like, it's not a problem. So it's not a problem, yet I'm gonna invest resources to create a new situation which may have problems, you know?
Yeah, no... The main reason why I'm doing it is because my Catria ball was migrated out of Anima into Dark, so
yes.
Medeus is literally made for arguably made for Catria save balls.
I agree with that. She's the fact that he has Canto control means he's the best possible partner, because a lot of these Catria balls get sniped.
Yep.
So
save balls, Catria balls, they're basically synonymous. They get sniped by like Yuris with AoEs and things like that. They Canto out. What can you do about that? And then either that or Bolt Tower Cheese to break your tanks, and then you're just done for.
Yep, and he stops all of that.
Both.
An ascended black
and he
knight
adds
with an
attack, which is
inheritable
great
black
for
Luna that
Catria.
ignores reduction but is locked to melee units.
Yes.
No,
absolutely.
no.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No. No
Nope.
clips for everybody. No.
No. No.
Age months.
No.
And
Keep
I
Black
am
Luna on
favorite
him.
person in
If
chat
anything,
yet.
give him Eclipse as a
Well.
perf special that's better than Black Luna. Don't you dare make that inheritable.
I like how Phantom says, "Hey Nims, 8 months. Am I your favorite person in chat yet?" And it says, "Phantom Star has resubscribed for 18 months." You didn't give yourself
And even
enough
that's
credit.
Not the highest. That's not
Yeah.
the highest.
All right, we got another Dragon Banner Kappa, and I'm pulling for Demon King Nobunaga and Nobu Banner. All right, let's see what you guys gotta say. I will say this, however, I think he's absolutely lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
Whatever hype we were expecting. To be honest, I don't remember what I was expecting anymore, because I was expecting him years ago, so I don't
Literally,
remember.
he's the OG final boss. He
first
should
final
have been here
boss.
sooner, but I'm so happy he's here at all.
Yeah. Which also stands really well for Anakos, because they're going to make Medeus this ridiculous.
Oh,
yeah,
and Ankos is going to be awesome.
Right.
Oh yeah. I'm just wondering what
However-
form they're gonna do for him. For Nankos, they could have his human form, like controlling his dragon self.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what they have to do.
However,
No, they don't. Have
we
to. Well,
we don't
actually,
know what's
yeah,
going to
they do.
happen,
Yeah?
because Letitia's guaranteed for this year, and
Yeah.
there's only 7 months left. So
Depends on the Mythic schedule. They can
it
literally
depends on the
choose
Mythic
now.
schedule.
They can choose
And they could
whether
have-
run a Mythic or Legendary.
Right, right. Though it would be kind of weird for them to go out of their way to do double legendary banners and then do double mythic banners, because it'd just be like, why didn't you just alternate it then?
Yeah. I mean, it seems like their whole point is to more so line it up with some of the banners they're releasing at the time. Obviously, they said screw it to the genealogy banner, but for example, Medeus, if it weren't obvious by his aura, is related to a certain banner we're getting next week. Elamine is related to the banner we got for FE6, I believe.
I see.
And yeah, then like Sheeta, for example, is related to the wait, I think Sheeta's actually an exception if I'm not mistaken. I'm getting my banners lost.
Listen, she's an exception for a lot of people, for a lot of things.
Or a lot.
All right. A third of you guys are going for Carlos. I agree with that. One person's going for, wow, red, blue, green.
What are you
Wow.
doing over there?
Sure. One person says we got another Dragon Banner Kappa. That's not really a Dragon Banner, but a couple of you guys are FGO players, and one person's going for the entire banner. Yeah. Listen, I think if you go for this banner, you just snipe for Carlos. The other banners have too many questionable heroes there. If anything, for most people, if anything, if I had enough orbs to keep dumping into Carlos, I would, until I can spark, and I would just grab like a Dune or something. That's what I would do. If I had that many resources and I cared that much about Medeus. But for everybody else, yeah, it's smart just to snipe Carlos until you get whoever you wanted. I'm
going in on Medeus. I'm not leaving that banner without him.
I know
haven't
you
spent
have
my
this
orbs.
obsession with
The final
grabbing all.
bosses.
I
Yeah.
want to go for him and Elamine, but back in like 2.5 weeks.
Like, yeah, I am obsessed with final bosses, but we're almost done. There's literally only, what now, 4 left after this that we don't have in this game. One of which won't be in this game.
Only
Like-
one of them matters.
All right.
Yeah.
I do want to remind you guys, because you might look at the 42.4% on saying I'm saving my orbs for another banner and be like, why is anybody doing that? Because Fallen Heroes are within 30 days. So,
They're actually on the 10th.
okay.
So, not this Tuesday upcoming, but next Tuesday.
All right. Well, that proves it even better. My issue nowadays is normal hero banners is harder and harder to like recommend unless you're plus 10ing them. So there's that. But has Fallen Heroes ever truly disappointed? There have always been at least one absolutely ridiculous unit every single year. So I would say no.
And even if some of those units age out, the ones are Fallen Edelgard.
Yep.
Yeah, just give me a good GHP though. That's all I care. I'm gonna go for every Fallen Hero when that happens because I'll just spark using the orbs at the start of that banner. But yeah, give me good Fallen GHP.
Emperor Arvis.
That would
I would
be
expect
nice.
Fallen Crom this year. That's what I would be expecting.
Fallen
think they s-
Risk could technically happen because
I
I'll
think
be
they
perfectly
saved
honest.
Crom for this year.
They might have, but I'm also saying I think that Fallen Kanas are pretty likely.
oh god, I hate that. It's just
Yeah.
a repeat of
Come
Fallen
on.
Corn,
Or
except
Fallen
Corrin
Morgans.
should have been.
well, the
It-
Fallen
It would be a
Morgans
repeat of the
actually,
Morgans,
the
but
Morgans
it is
actually
almost
had unique
inevitable.
story relevance and were like shifted. Their forms were shifted intentionally for the Awakening DLC and stuff, and they had unique properties. But the Fallen Kanas and Corns are just repeats of each other. Like a person loses control, turns into a dragon. Okay, we get it.
Yep.
And I guess I do have bias against the Corns and Kanas too, but even still.
All right, I know
There's
we
the
don't do art very often, but we're gonna do it today because
Yay.
for obvious reasons, this is one of the best looking heroes I've ever seen.
Yeah, Daisuke, Izuka, and Faye does not miss at all.
All right.
Seriously.
Okay, so Medeus. Oh, this is actually very unfitting music. Oh well.
You could play his Tokyo Mirage theme.
Let's see. I haven't lately. If you guys don't know, I've been streaming a lot on Twitch with copyrighted music, but because it's not saved to the VOD, it's not an issue. And that also means I can just replace the music with whatever I want when I do make a video out of it. But man, we're on YouTube as well. It is a lot harder.
Legion, remind me, I've forgotten a little bit of my Shadow Dragon lore. Is he when you fight him, is he descending into madness, or is he
This is actually after he already died once, so I'm
Is it-
pretty
wait, is
sure
this-
he is semi-sane in this.
Wait, isn't
version.
this
This
his
is the
Shadow
Sha-
Dragon version though?
This is when he turned this is after the Earth Dragon variant, so this is after he had already died and he's being revived by Garneth.
Oh, I see. Wait, in with Shadow Dragon or New Mystery?
In New Mystery.
Oh, okay. So this is
Yeah.
the
Yeah, we didn't get the
Pre-
somewhat goofy Earth Dragon version.
oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The Earth Dragon version is yeah.
Yeah, even though he's the Earth Dragon King, he is not that version, which is him coming out of the ground, mole style. Which, by the way, funny that for once the Lost lore actually led into the unit that the banner has.
Yeah, I was thinking that. That was Medeus was a colorless breath unit in the last Lost lore, not this one, but
No, it is in this one.
oh, it is in this one. Oh, yeah. I
he's
just, I
still
just
in Lost
forgot.
lore right now.
Oh, okay. Meanwhile, Gangrel, I think he took like what something
He
upwards
took
of like
a while, but then he also
year.
colorless dagger. and
Yeah,
stuff
he
like
was. Yeah, his thing lied about his color. Yeah.
Yep.
Which was good. Gangrel's a red dagger would have been well.
that. Eh,
I mean, it would have made him a unique Grail unit, but it also would have hurt him a little bit.
yeah.
All right. Anyways, Nimious, his art is out. And as mentioned, his actual artist. I can't believe it. How old is Daisuke Izuka?
Daisuke
I don't know.
Izuka. Let me double check that.
How old? Because Shadow Dragon, for those who forgot, was a DS game. That's how many years ago was a
And he's
DS?
been illustrating before that, so
I'm not.
Yeah.
It doesn't say, but he started illustrating actually for the Blazing Blade, in 2003.
My goodness. Okay,
So, yeah.
so
he's a graphic designer. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a graphic
For that.
designer in Blazing Blade, so he's been in the business for 19 years, just for Faye, or
At
Fire Emblem
least.
in general.
all right, because the DS looks so good, and the reason why I brought that up is because this is clearly done digitally. There's no way it's not.
Oh yeah, this is not traditional art.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and that's why I'm really impressed, because despite how old like Shadow Dragon is, he's done a really good job, because I didn't recognize his art. Even though I've looked at all the Shadow Dragon cipher art by Daisuke Izuka, I've even used it for thumbnails in the past chat, I could not recognize his art here, which is how like it caught me off guard that you guys mentioned this is the actual artist of Shadow Dragon doing his art in Fire Emblem Heroes. Crazy to me.
Yeah. For reference, by the way, here's his Medeus art, like the
The
sprite art
original?
he did.
Sure.
He didn't do a cipher for human Medeus, so we can only really use what's in Shadow Dragon or Nuke Mystery.
Oh, you can definitely tell. It has a lot of similarities, even though DS is super low res.
Yeah. I will say the DS did a good job translating the art, even
Right.
if it's obvious that the style has improved drastically over time.
Oh, though I do have to mention this because we're on the subject. I remember when Shadow Dragon first launched, I hated it. I
Yeah.
absolutely hated it. Because
Yeah.
we're coming from the vibrant, beautiful art of the GBA series into this weird 3D mixture, which was dark and grimy. I'm like,
Yeah.
why?
His
I didn't
art
like
is-
it.
His art
The
is
art
very
style,
washed
the
out.
animations, and just the overall aesthetic of Shadow Dragon are not good.
No.
Yeah, it lacked the charm that prior
Unfortunately.
Fire Emblem games had. So I played a lot of it, a little bit of it as a kid, and I played a lot of it when I was doing my internship at a law firm during summer. True story, I would get to the law firm early, and then I would just sit outside and play Shadow Dragon until I had to go in and start my day. So that's what I used to do.
I still enjoy Shadow Dragon despite it being it's weird because it's like the opposite for me. It's like the opposite of Echoes, where the aesthetic is beautiful, but when you get into the game, you start to see a lot of the flaws. Whereas in Shadow Dragon, I think the aesthetic is pretty muddy and not just generally unappealing, but the gameplay
And also just clashing with each other.
that's true. But the gameplay in Shadow Dragon, I find to be pretty fun, honestly.
No, the gameplay I thought was really unfair. There was one mission that was so
that is also-
frustrating.
No
because,
argument there.
Yeah, there are multiple missions like this, but I remember this one really well because I was so upset.
Just realized Medeos nullifies
Oh
evil
yeah, that
and
is
his
kind of
allies.
funny. Garn, if you
Dusty doesn't
can't
harm if
Imhulu Medeus.
Oh yeah, Mhulu wouldn't work. Yeah, which by the
Well,
way,
that
we
would
went
get flashed.
right. We went over a skills chat. This is a ridiculous hero. So if you guys want to see that, it'll be on a video, so you guys can check it out if you wish. But when it comes to Shadow Dragon, I remember the game design pissing me off because there were things without warning. There's like enemy reinforcements on your
the
back
ambush
line.
spawns, yeah.
Yeah.
Those
And-
are not fun.
Classic.
But that is so bad. That's bad game design because when you get caught by it, you're like, well, I just lost somebody and now I gotta restart because it's a true Fire Emblem game with true death.
Yep.
Well, yeah, it's bad. That happens in Binding Blade as well, and certain other games.
Oh yeah, a lot of the earlier
The harder modes, everything that's not normal mode and Awakening.
Right. But you know why it's bad game design, right? Because the player didn't have any notice of it.
Yeah, there's no control
forewarning,
over it.
No
Yeah.
forewarning.
And the
It's
people
so
who
cool.
look for it are people who already play through it or watch someone play
Or
through it.
they're doing a walkthrough or something, yeah.
Yeah, so
Um,
that's not good game
yeah.
design. It's fundamentally poor. And that's why it's just like Shadow Dragon is such a divisive game. Some people love it, and I would say majority of people don't know about it, and a lot of
I
people hate
like
it.
it. I don't love it, but I do like it.
Yeah.
Anyways, we are super off topic, but yes, Shadow Dragon is. If you ever want to hate yourself in a Fire Emblem game, I would
Shadow
recommend
Dragon on
Shadow
a hard
Dragon.
5.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
Yeah.
And Shadow
but
Dragon.
honestly,
Oh yeah, sorry. One more thing about Shadow Dragon game design. Remember how to recruit certain characters, you had to get like half your party killed? What
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
heck?
the bonus ones. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
and,
also
like,
drove
for
me
example,
nuts.
Athena
great.
isn't even available unless you like in Shadow Dragon unless you
Yeah.
kill units. Whereas
It's
she's in
amazing
Prey.
for Iron. It's amazing for Iron Manning and for people who are like playing Fire Emblem the quote unquote traditional way of like
Mhm.
just not restarting. But for
Right.
for everyone else, it just locks you out of content, which is unfortunate.
Yep.
Right. So that's why I keep pointing out there were so many questionable game design things. And do you want to know why this is really bad? It's a remake. You have
Yeah,
gone
a
through this
remake.
shit.
Yeah.
I
You
mean, to
have
be
gone
fair,
through this. You should know better. What
the
are they
Valencia
doing?
remake. The Valencia remake also did a lot of the things wrong from the original,
Right.
but at least
So
that
it's,
one did enough to make it
aesthetically.
feel fresh in other ways.
It was the Shadow Dragon remake. Well, to be fair, the character additions like Athena were new anyway, so it wasn't like
Well,
they
it
were
was new
taking.
mystery. I don't think Shadow Dragon added much as characters go. It was new mystery that tried to change things up.
Well, yeah, Shadow Dragon doesn't add too much.
Okay,
but,
well, the obvious thing
but
is it
anyway.
went so poorly that they didn't even care about localizing new mystery. So there you go. That's the easy
And that-
definition.
That was
nearly
unfortunate. That was the slump of the series. New Mystery.
nearly
New Mystery is still a
bankrupted
cool
them.
game. Actually,
Yeah.
quite a good game in my opinion. But
Yeah, those games failed so hard that if they didn't get Awakening off the ground, it would have literally costed them the entire franchise. So
Yeah.
I think we know what happened to those two games.
Hence
Right.
why Awakening feels like, in some ways, like the end theme, like id Purpose feels. The final battle theme feels so much like almost like a send off of sorts.
Yep.
Or
Exactly.
at least that's how I see it. Yeah.
Okay, well, the good news is it didn't end everything, but the game design choices were poor. Anyways, with all that said, I'm glad he is here. But my question is, how many of you guys in chat actually recognize him? I know well, not for certain, but I know with good reasonability that Japan is going to appreciate him a lot more than we will.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people did not play Shadow Dragon. That game did not
Even
sell
if I
well.
didn't recognize him, like from playing the games, as long as I was in the Fey Lounge for enough time, I would.
There are emotes. There are emotes of his head. So
I've more
in
than
some
mentioned
servers.
enough, so I think I have done my piece there. If you played through the original Fire Emblem, since it was released on Switch, then you'll recognize him, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sort
Yeah,
of.
you have. Yeah, well, he
That
is-
was the original game. He
You
looks so
recognize his
different.
dragon.
At least
his
he
dragon
is
form, at
there.
least.
And if you played through Tokyo Mirage, you know the name.
Right. Even though that's like barely. Anyways,
Barely Medius. So.
yeah. So, with all that said, this is one of the best looking arts in the entire game.
Oh,
I would
sure.
argue he has the best looking crystal. My goodness, this
Oh
looks
yeah, his
so
dragon
sick.
stone is.
Oh, yeah, his
oh,
dragon
it's
stone
flame.
is
It's
sick.
on engulfed in that flaming energy.
Yep. The
Yeah.
glowing red eyes is also really, really good. That scowl that he has. My goodness.
Yeah, Medius is known even in his original portraits. He has that big scowl.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
and that nice shiny ball point head that he has going on
Yes.
there. I love it.
Yep.
His beard is as glorious as ever, and he's got the kind of dragon ears, the Manakitty ears.
Yep. But in terms of burly dragons, chat, or burly villains in Fire Emblem Heroes, there's not that many. There's like 5, right? If
There's
even 5.
Digensia. I mean, although he's kind of a sympathetic villain, but
Yeah, Digensia. Well, Duma is not bald, but Duma as well.
he's bulky. Yeah.
Medeus.
I guess you could.
I guess you could argue Garen.
Yep.
I guess you could argue Harden. You could say technically.
Well,
Yep.
not a dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harden as far as just big buff bad
Big
guys
and bulky.
in
Yeah,
general.
but Harden isn't actually that bulky. He just his
Yeah, but the
is
armor,
insanely
yeah.
bulky. Yeah. I guess Grima. You could say male Grima, kind of.
Eh.
Uh,
In the context
Robin's
of Faye, you
Robin's
most
kind of thin.
in the context of Faye, you have to say Surtur.
Oh, Surtur, yeah.
Right.
Um,
Right. So the
And-
entire point was it's a small group of cast. So
Yeah,
I'm really glad we
it
got
is
another
small.
one. But
Yeah, no
anyways,
kidding. And not a lot of male mythics in the first place, too.
That's
I
true.
agree. But
Yeah.
chat, the big thing about this is that his original art is so plain and his clothing is plain. Like we've seen these big dreary robes with purple and I don't know, shades of pink. But he did such a good job on it because you can see the texturing is there. The
And
light
the gold
bouncing,
trim is so nice.
the gold
This is the first
trim,
we
yep.
This is the first time he did full Medeus, so I will show what his full body artwork looked like when it was done by a different artist.
Ah, Christ, that's terrible.
Yeah, it looks bad. I remember what it looks
Oh
like. It's,
God.
it's unfortunate.
Oh.
2001 TCG moment.
Oh God, that's
Yeah.
so bad. I'm sorry, who is this?
He looks like an old man in a robe.
Yeah.
It looks like a gremlin. What is this?
Grandpa needs to go to
Shrek's
sleep.
dad.
Yeah.
All right, chat.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm respecting this art so much. They took
Yeah,
something that was really rather plain and added all these fine details that make it look so badass.
Yeah, he looks like a royal now. He didn't look like a royal in that TCG art.
He looks
Yeah, like-
menacing. This looks like a bad
man.
costume
Yeah.
for an old man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly.
Oh my God. His nails are so comedically terribly bad. Like, what is
Oh yeah,
that?
those are
Oh, yeah.
literally just straight up claws on a big beefy hand.
Ugh.
Now he's just got kind of the long, sort of pointed nails.
Yeah, he's literally just Ganondorf.
Yeah, he does remind me of Ganondorf, actually.
Yeah,
All right, but
much
is
more
this
risky than
attack art?
Garen, actually.
Oh, that is some really cool regular attack art.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
That actually looks like special art with all the spiraling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're the stones
Other artists
out of
would
the
have called
ground.
this the special art.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love the texturing on the sort of waves on like the very edges of the sort of the spirals there.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
Also, chat, do you notice, like, his expression is so perfect. He's not phased at all. He doesn't even really show emotion. It compared to his portrait art. It's the same level of feeling. Like
By the way, his
that.
clothes are ripping.
Yes.
Oh, it is. You're right.
Sure,
Wow.
Yeah, on his neutral attack art, he's already ripping his clothes off.
Wow. And the fact that, like, the ground literally gets ripped apart by his energy.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so cool.
It's so cool, yeah.
I'm blown away how much they did for a character like this. I'm actually surprised more characters don't do this. Like, resonating that power. Even
Yeah.
if, like, the motion he's doing is rather minimal, right? But he looks so powerful doing it. Surprised that more artists don't go this direction.
And no
Yeah,
kidding.
it's just it's so nice.
Some artists do get to this point, but it usually takes until the special art before you really... Like, Adun does the exact same thing in her special art, but the neutral attack art is comparatively simple.
Right.
Oh, that is...
Oh my god. Chat, look at that. What the
Uh,
heck?
It's
He really
it's
went-
reflecting off of him. Ooh.
He really
Oh
went
my God.
crazy. That's among the fullest arts I've ever seen.
yeah, that is
Oh my
literally going
God.
to cover your entire screen.
Oh. Energy's
Yeah.
just emanating from every part of the art.
I mean, to be fair, this artist seems to really love covering the screen, I've noticed.
Yeah, a
Hardly
huge
being
art.
one of the biggest arts in the game.
Yeah.
What are white
Oh.
spaces?
Yeah,
What are
seriously.
white spaces?
Seriously, just... You might as well say he just drew the background.
Ooh, and I love how it's reflecting there. That's so cool.
Oh, that expression.
And his
is
expression,
so
yeah,
good.
he's open
He's
his mouth
actually
only
serious.
to only to scowl, like incredibly imposing, man.
Oh, the extra wrinkles on his face, too.
Actually, if you haven't noticed, the rocks fly even further up. There's
Oh,
more
yeah,
of them
he has
too.
more rocks.
Yeah, more.
That
and
is so
further.
good.
Ooh, and the energy
really
on the
big
on the
jump,
right
too.
side, in particular, reminds me of like a dragon with all those
Oh, yeah.
jagged
Yeah.
edges. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely got that dragon-like aura. Like, you can honestly just see the entire form. It almost seems
Yeah.
feathered.
Oh, this is so
Yeah.
good.
It's
I
S tier
really feel
art.
so incredibly
Oh, yeah,
enthusiastic
this is some of the best
about
art
Fey
I've
art.
heard.
This is
All
just,
right.
like, top.
But what about herd art? What? What? Wow. He's just taking the hit. He doesn't. He doesn't
Oh, yeah, he
care.
is just standing there.
Yeah,
You
he's
can see his
standing there
little
menacingly.
footstool. You
Wow.
get to see some Medeus abs.
Oh my god. Yeah, those are huge. Is what the heck? That's not a muscle. That's just a literal stone block. What the heck?
Daisuke Izuka does have that habit, like with Zelgius. Like Zelgius' muscles are kind of insane.
Oh yeah, and he has
And
one.
Harden.
One thing I always kind of like, it's Daisuke Izuka, because for whatever reason, when it comes to capes on damage dart, he does this little thing where he makes
Oh,
circles out of the fabric, which I find
Yeah,
like,
that's
every
true.
time.
He does that on Zelgius too, I remember. And the Black Knight, of course.
You know what this actually looks like to me?
What's
He's
that?
transforming. That's why his clothes are ripping. It doesn't look like
Oh,
he's
yeah.
actually taking a hit. It actually looks
Well,
like he's
there
about
are-
to transform.
Well, that's actually. He does obviously have a hit. He's taking a little blow though, because there are holes, like straight up holes punched through his clothes. Like not even.
I
the
know,
spiral stuff.
but the
like,
way
there's-
the way it spirals and shreds,
Yeah,
it looks like it's
does
something
remind me
emanating from
of,
him.
like, a
Well, I mean, like
transformation.
like towards the bottom though, you can see like straight up
Right,
just
right.
holes cut out.
That's true. So there has been, there's some damage been taken.
Yeah,
It's just
but those
huge
spirals.
swirl of
Yeah, it
foreign
looks like he's
fabric,
literally
yeah.
just shredding off all of his clothing. So
All right, but
can
do you
transform.
guys notice the one weird detail here?
Maybe?
I'm not sure.
Does anyone
What
notice
is
I
it?
that
don't-
one detail?
The glass
Depends on what it
shards.
is, yeah.
Well, that's the glass from.
Yeah, is he shredding through
Oh.
reality? Is he coming through your phone screen?
Yeah, is he breaking your phone?
The glass
Yeah, why are
shards.
there
What are
glass
those?
shards? That's the one thing that got me. It's like, why are there glass shards?
It's not his dragon's,
Hmm.
obviously.
No, his dragon sounds perfectly fine, chat.
Hmm. Well, his expression is just, he doesn't even look like he just looks extremely angry more than anything.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
His
like he's-
face actually is looking borderline scaly, not
Yeah.
just wrinkled.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, on the top left, it kind of looks like it's a bit scaled.
Right.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
big clock lever. He's literally Madge.
Yeah.
All right, and finally, his shoes. We get to see it, however small it
Yep.
is. All right.
Fire
This is
Shadow
Yeah.
Dragon, its pointed shoes. Name a more iconic duo.
all right, but this is very easily 10 out of 10. I would not ask for anything more. This is how you
Yep.
modernize art from like 20 years ago. It's not
Yep.
20 years yet, but we're getting there.
No, that Medeus art came out in Daisuke Izuka, sure, but the whole design came out in 2001.
Okay, then we
Like,
are
when I
over
showed
20
21
years. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you modernize, because he looks, you can tell it's the same character, but everything looks so much better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely fully modernized Medeus, and I'm all here for it. Like, this is fantastic art.
I think Dragon, like Mythics and Legendaries, and I guess Inadune's case too, to some extent. I think they have a lot of potential to just be really big and bold with the sort of
Oh
draconic
yeah, they can just
elements.
go crazy with the art style, and I
Yeah.
love that so much.
This is the perfect example of that, with like a
Yeah.
dragon who just got everything in the art.
And it's yet another example of just how much Daisuke Izuka loves strong, unfazed men. Just look at his
Yeah,
art.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, Ashdard was amazing.
Like, man, he does not miss.
Right.
He does not at all. I mean, I'm just gonna say I would pull him for the art. I wouldn't even really care about the art, but obviously I do.
Yeah,
But yeah, obviously it's amazing.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No, I'm so hyped up for this.
All right, so
One
data
step
mine.
closer.
Data mine tomorrow?
Yep, data mine tomorrow.
Yes.
Yep, so it's not much of a data mine because we already know his stats, but we'll get to firmly cement his place as because if he has a super boon attack, he is the highest attack hero in the game.
He has 44
I-
natural, so actually he would be lower than Brave Edelgard.
Brave
Wait.
Edelgard, what does she have at base? 45?
I thought
45, I think.
What was a
She's
super boon? He would match her.
Wait a sec. I thought Adora was 44. That's why I was saying that.
Nope.
Wow.
Brave Edelgard has 45, now 46 because she has an extra dragon flower.
Okay, but at base, he would still, if he has a super boon, he would still.
Yes,
match
he
her.
would tie with Edelgard in base. But he does have attack +3, so I'm...
So he technically
Yes, he
With his
would
weapon.
technically, and this is his cipher.
beats her.
Not
Oh yes,
obviously
this
the-
is. Oh yeah.
This is Medeus' cipher art.
Yep, background
With
is
other
Shadow Dragon
dragons.
Medeus, bottom right is Earth Dragon Medeus, or just an Earth Dragon in general.
And this is Daisuke Izuka.
Yeah,
What are white spaces once again?
seriously.
Yeah,
What
leaving
is
nothing.
not even white space? What's a background?
It's just dragons, yeah.
Like
with like little
You're-
bits of.
God, dude.
Wow.
What a madman.
This guy is seriously just on a. He's insane when it comes to this kind of art.
I've seen this art before, and I still can't get over just how insanely, I don't know, just how insanely imposing everything in it is. It's like, just incredible.
I'm looking through all the.
You guys realize that Marth is a dumb human and he has to fight this shit?
Oh yeah.
It makes Marth look a lot braver when you consider this.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, no kidding. And he can't even really do it successfully half the time because Marth killing Medeus is not actually. There are little games where Medeus is better off not killed by Marth.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, Marth could, and oftentimes Marth can't survive a round of combat. He just has to get. He just can get the last hit for some good damage. But it's yeah.
You can't always fight Medeus, which is even funnier.
No, yeah, you can get
I mean,
one round. It's so silly.
I'll be honest, that's realistic in how it should be.
Yeah,
because it makes it makes it look pedestrian compared to some of the final bosses in other games where
it can get one rounded.
Yeah, by Roy, even a Roy that's not very well trained.
Yeah, and that's why it puts together the Hero King. Why his legend is so grandstanding. Because it's not just about the hero, it's more about the villain that he has to overcome. And this is the ridiculousness of it.
In any mid-level difficulties, anywhere from, I think, like, the mid-levels of hard to all the way up to max, Marth needs to have capped speed to avoid getting doubled and thereby one-rounded by Medeus.
Because everything about Medeus' stat line is ridiculous.
Yep, he has capped stats, yeah. Or near capped, depending on the difficulty, so...
Yes, obviously Marth needed his allies because he's a silly human fighting a giant dragon king.
Yeah, literally fighting probably the strongest dragon on the planet at that time. Like, dear God.
And even Nagi and Tiki can get one-rounded by
they
Medeus.
can get shredded too. It's not just easier because you're using a dragon against him.
No.
I've been scrolling through the numbers. I'm pretty sure he has the highest visible attack possible right now. Outright. Because all the units that have more natural attack than him have slaying weapons.
That's right, actually, yeah.
Yeah, and for those who forgot, Firehawk Claire does not have attack +3 in it. So he should be able to reach the highest visible attack.
Yep. The only ones with attack +3 that are in this range that are melee are Halloween Rhea and Young Boyd. And they have 43 attack. So Medeus beats them both.
I see.
And also he gets an attack buff on his weapon, so he actually...
Halloween Rhea does too, right?
Yeah, Halloween Rhea has attack +3 and then attack +6. So, yeah, no, Medeus beats them all.
Yeah, that's something, alright.
Oh crap! I didn't even mention this.
Yeah.
Medeus is secretly amazing in summer duels, but we never mentioned that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I never even thought. Yeah. Well,
his
AoE openers are gonna suck, no matter what, though.
Because the reality is
summoner duels for.
Because if you place him Kanto, which is a lot of teams run around Kanto's team.
He's not a dead slot like Mikado.
Oh, so just for Kanto control?
Right.
For Kanto control, not to mention...
further extends.
If you run him with somebody like Dual Crom or whatever, he can find himself with instant special, so...
Yeah, you don't need to run infantry or Times Pulse.
He's a Kanto control unit that actually is not a dead slot, which is huge.
No, and he buffs his team, which is really nice for buff reliant units. Like Duo Dogger actually gets a nice... I mean, the res, sure, that doesn't matter too much.
Wait, oh my god, he can even save your team from taking damage from, like, Fury and attack speed push or whatever. That's, like, such a minute thing. But
yeah, you could just check Fury 4. And
it adds up. It adds up. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and it would basically, I mean, granted the meta is in a different place now, but it would make Dual Leaf basically without a penalty.
Yo, like, it's the Eldigan meta.
Yeah, the Fury 10 meta is coming back. Let's go.
Fury 10 with no chip damage. Whoa.
And if you use him on
if you use him in offense, you can't. But if you could, then you get basically.
Oh my god!
Towers null.
What the heck? I didn't even think about that. He's disarm trap.
Yeah, he's a walking disarm trap. If you want to look at it, that they lose their action, but it basically just turns it into the Yeah, that trap.
You also lose a
Yeah.
ton of score.
Well,
Yeah,
yes,
you
but
do lose score,
hypothetically,
yeah.
But it's still funny. I mean, honestly, even if he were an offense mythic, he'd still be quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why they can't do on guard again, because if it's on offense hero, it really breaks the game. The heck?
Yeah, it would be in some ways even more fundamentally shaking.
Yeah,
Medeus does a lot to patch holes, but having it on offense would allow you to completely change strategies.
Yeah, bolt traps would be nothing. You could run no healing tower and still step on a bolt trap and have nothing happen.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Would be really stupid. I will say, depending on how his Kanto control works, though, for inheritance, that could also open up. Like, for example, Kanto control Gatekeeper, anybody?
Lumi also says...
Control everything, yeah.
He says you can use Bolt Trap on a Catria Ball. That's also correct. You can be very aggressive with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, exactly. Which, I mean, even now, you can have your Bolt Trap as close to your Catria Ball as you want. It won't matter as long as Medeus is there to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can... That really opens up options for where you can put your Bolt Traps so you don't hurt yourself. Which makes it even harder, arguably, for people to predict it, because now you can put it wherever you want. They're not going to be able to predict.
Yeah, they're not going to be like, oh, you know, it's in this
it.
position, so...
It's not going to hit anybody on their team, so obviously this is the real one, right? No, you don't have to do that anymore.
That's pretty... Medeus really does bring some interesting and very earth-shattering, fittingly.
Yeah. He's going to be a unit that gets explored, I think, fundamentally. Like, it's definitely going to be one of those units that doesn't immediately show all of his promise, but has a lot to him. Ooh. I think this is
I hope they don't do more Medeus-like characters in the future, because,
no, I want him to be very much him.
It kind of reminds me of, like, how, now that we talk about the support a bit more, it kind of reminds me of how ridiculous Elameme is.
Yep.
As a character, you should never do another Elameme, because that'd be too unfair.
No, the whole point of Elameme is you use Elameme, you get this effect. It should not be, you have this effect. Like, just use a unit and you get this. Like, yeah, Kanto Control got taken out of Makoto's hands and is no longer her exclusive. It wasn't impressive enough where it needed to be that way. Something like being able to stop literally anything that isn't AoE combat, out of combat damage, or being able to literally shut down just about every single skill that starts out of combat, which is stupid, by the way. That should not be something that spreads.
You guys think Catria and Not are redundant together? You guys have not seen the properly done teams.
I run them together, and they're very synergistic.
My team was moving Catria together.
That's what you guys are thinking about too simply. Because if the Not moves first, it can really create new situations for your team to take advantage of.
Yep, and
especially and especially if there are rallies involved as well. People get caught off guard by things like that, so don't just discount it because, you know, it's movement with movement. You honestly, in E3's defense, you can never have enough movement.
Nope. The only thing is, it could potentially break the Catria Ball, since some units can just go too far ahead. But if you just do a little bit of planning, that won't happen.
Also, if you just get the kill, if you get the kill early on, it's not gonna matter because you just won't.
Yeah, that also happens. Like, all it takes is a little bit of planning, and a Catria Ball with Note is fine. And realistically, Catria isn't about mobility. She's about triangle attack and how scary that can be when used appropriately. Like, if you have to brute force tank something under triangle attack conditions, there are tanks that literally just can't live certain things. Like, you just cannot. Like, I had somebody fight me today in Aetherraid's defense. I'd Catria Ball. And a Ascended Idun with Dragon Wall distance stance. Pretty great VAR save tank, obviously. Took like 70 damage from my Jomka because of triangle attack. And that's with Jomka not being able to cut reduction because I'm not using Deadeye. Like, it's not even close. That's the kind of stuff that Catria puts out there, not just mobility.
What in the world is this? Fire Emblem Heroes, moving right along. We all find the voice of Hector, General of Ostia, to be sonically pleasing. What?
They They
But,
did this
oh.
in Japanese except for Navarre.
Is it just me? Ahem. In any case, which blessing do you summoners most frequently bestow upon the fellow? What? What are these quizzes? What are these quizzes?
These are
They're
very
so
much
random.
senior-based questions, like your seniority in the game and how the game was towards launch.
It's either earth or fire. I know
It's
that much.
no, I think it's water because that is the most common blessing.
What? I gave him
Really?
Earth. I personally gave him Earth.
I feel like
Well, think
fire
back to
is
when
most
blessings
common.
first came out. It was just water.
Yeah. It was just water, but and I
And
didn't give it
Hector
to
was
him.
a first-year hero as well.
Yeah, and
but
he was
I-
top tier. Yeah. I didn't
I'm
give
thinking
it.
in the broader strokes of people who just need to bless something, and Hector is that somebody that they use all the time.
Okay, let me point this
Water
out
comes
to you
first.
guys. Let me point this out to you guys. Who
Yeah.
the heck knows this answer? Like, for certain. It's not a test of
For
knowledge.
certain, this is not even close. By the
You
way,
would
we
have
got the last
to-
one wrong.
You would have to
I-
hack the game.
I
to know it,
voted.
I guess.
Fire, but I'm pretty sure it's Earth. But I'm
I'm voting Earth because I gave him Earth. That's what I did. So,
I
really
never
quickly.
blessed mine.
I'm guessing fire, but
I won't be surprised if it's Earth though, but water
It's
just has
probably
that
since it's the
slight
only
backup
one
plan.
different
The
between
Japanese one is a lot
Japanese
easier
question.
because Navarre literally comes with the wind special, so I'm assuming bless him for wind.
Okay, so here's what I gotta say. These are crazy. I want to point out, like, Legion and I have been around since, like, 2017 in our own Discord server around a bunch of Fae players over the years.
Yep.
Probably, like, 10,000 unique members easily over these 5+ years. And in that time, even this, the amount of discussions we've had in Fae Lounge and whatnot, this would never be a thing. That's
No,
what
we do
I'm
not talk about blessing a 2017 hero all the time.
That's why I'm like, this is insane. Who the heck makes this a quiz? Who are you
I'm more
testing?
surprised that IS collect data.
Yeah,
I just
they
chose all
obviously
sorts of
collected a
stuff.
lot of data for this question, for these questions.
yeah, I mean, but I feel like it's not. They didn't do it specifically for this. They just end up collecting a lot of shit. In
Yeah.
their
No, they
time.
just
Okay.
get a lot of data.
So let me ask, why didn't you do this stuff earlier on? Why not use it for interesting things? Wanna know something?
They did for a little bit.
Okay, well, Genshin Impact, on its first anniversary, it ran its players through what they achieved in their first year. This is how many Hilly Shrows you've killed. This is how many times, how many
I
quests you've
remember that.
succeeded at. How many, yes. All these fun little statistics, they used it on the anniversary, and that made it more memorable because you looked at that past year and be like, oh yeah, I remember this. Oh yeah, I did this. Oh yeah, you have those memories. If you had this data, Fire Emblem Heroes, why did you not use it in a more meaningful way than a stupid quiz like this? Oh
They
my
did a couple
god.
times early on. Remember, for example, when they told us what the most inherited skill was?
Yes,
But that stuff has since come to pass.
I know, but that's why even though a lot of people were upset at Genshin for like having an anniversary which was more built on memories and experiences rather than free stuff, I love what they did. It made it feel like that year I spent in the game was meaningful. And then we come to this, which is one of the worst ways you can use the data, because as a fan base, you're not being tested on anything, realistically anything here. In fact, remember earlier on, we got tested on a FEH Twitter question, essentially. Referencing FEH Twitter before FEH Twitter English was ever a thing. So everybody in the West was like, I have no idea what this is about. That was the worst one. Anyways, I'm just vote Earth Blessing. I am not a fan of this quiz at all. I think this is the worst way to do a quiz. Sure, it's not easy, and sure, it's probably interesting for a lot of people, but no, this is not smart. This is, especially if there's rewards on the line, which there are.
There are.
They didn't announce them, so they're probably going to give out the same.
Yeah, I mean, they also. I believe
that.
there was one instance where we actually failed a Twitter campaign and they gave us the rewards anyways, I remember.
Yeah, I recall something like that.
I'll be honest, isn't it just going to be 10 orbs and then some codes? That's what I expect.
Probably. Yeah, it's probably not. It's probably going to be
50
something
Midgard
simple.
gem.
It'll be simple, but they're probably just going to say, congratulations, you filled out this many, you get these rewards, even though those are the same rewards we'll probably get either way.
Yeah, she got 7
Yeah.
out of 7 or 1 out of 7.
For the record, we did fail the last question.
We did? 81.3 of us said it was Lissa.
It was S.
We revealed the top tap counts for the preceding year, showing how many times each hero was tapped on this home screen. The year's tap count champion is Eitri. Wait, that wasn't even legit!
That was,
no!
but it is statistically correct.
Oh my god, this is the worst quiz! That's a lie! Everyone knows this was botted. Come on.
Well, they're the same people who are like, yo, George is pretty poggers, guys, am I right? So.
But I didn't even vote on this one, by the way. We voted Alyssa, and the answer was Est.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
exactly.
I don't know why they put Valentine on if that was the answer. That was a good throw, like a way to wear people off.
It totally baited people.
Est wasn't bonus during that time. It's weird that she was the most apt.
I just wanted to shame people for touching S.
She didn't. Her Resplendent, I believe, came out before that time frame, and her bonus came after it. So I'm not sure why Est got so many taps.
I am actually pretty upset about this. Let's see. I didn't see this last one either. I trust you're aware that you're increasing damage dealt to the Roker and the Roker stages by building your boost value and calling upon ally armies. Well then, which pair of Roker has suffered the most damage?
This one was obvious.
Yeah, it's Flyers with low defense. Yes.
And a green, which Brave Swords are the most common Braves.
Oh yeah. I love using my Eliwood in
Celica, man. Brave Celica.
Oh yeah. All right, this one's fair. This one's doable. This is actually Lynn. Oh my god, this is the one I was talking about. They referenced a Fire Emblem Twitter result, but it was only in Japanese. So how were we supposed to know it?
Well, there was something on the.
This was more so,
wiki,
if anything, a popularity question of CYL1 because the accessory and CYL1 were around the same time.
Oh.
And abundantly, it was the thing that was picked the most.
Didn't Evan show me this? Like, there was an actual tweet that actually detailed this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was a tweet that actually detailed. Like, yes, that is a.
But it was in all Japanese.
You could. I made the assumption without that because I knew Brave Lynn was just too much. Was way more popular than Brave Ike, even though.
But Brave Ike had more votes.
Brave Ike was more votes, but Brave Lynn got more free summons because Brave Lynn.
Okay, whatever.
Yes.
Listen, this is. I hate this quiz. I don't understand why we're doing this.
The one time Faye is gone, Resplendent Faye is announced when it's Phoenix instead of Faye.
Yes. Yes. Alright, whatever. Wait, they announced...
Catch a break.
They announced the answers? Yes, they do.
Yeah, they announced the answers.
Day after, yeah.
Question.
I think we'll be fine, because Japan will carry the day, but like...
Oh no, we're totally fine. We're totally fine. But... and again, they're probably just going to say, hey, you did well enough. Even if it's like, oh, we didn't predict you guys to do so bad. Oh well. The rewards. The stakes usually aren't that big of a deal.
Phoenix is really stingy with orbs. Yes.
We don't know how many orbs he's given yet.
I know it's 10. There's no way.
It's gonna be 10. Which technically isn't stingy, that's just normal.
It's normal, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking if it wasn't a mythic I was really interested in, I might put in some orbs in this banner. But then they throw one of the only mythics I was really interested in. Sorry, I am not even close to going for this banner anymore.
I don't know what to do because I do want to make a +10 mark, but it's actually not a good investment.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad one. You get a 185 BST sword, God Sword. But you have a 185 BSD God Sword. Obviously not nearly as good as Marth, but you do.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm so hesitant on all of this. So that's the this is so rough. And as much as I want to make a +10 legendary, it's a really long journey.
It is. It absolutely is. Even now that you have Sparks, it's still going to take a while.
Yeah, my journey to Claude, I still need 7 more. I've got 4.
My journey to Byleth is only so far because A, Dogger, and B, fortunately choosing the one legendary that got free picked. Well, that got picked for Hero Rises. That was just
you know, again, with the A Hero Rises summoning, I already got so lucky there that I skipped a lot of the hardships. And even then, it's still not looking like a realistic thing to do. Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, you'll be able to plus certain ones, no problem. And I mean, at the very least, your arenas, like, the playing through arena has definitely gotten a lot easier for you. Like,
Hey, technically...
Huh?
Technically, I can make a plus 10 ledgering Ike. I'm already halfway through. I think he's at plus 5.
I guess that'd help, like, during his season, then, if he's bonus, but...
But yeah, it's
The
not a
question
long-term
is, do you
solution.
want to, though?
Yeah.
Because he's a 175 with duel,
Ooh, yeah,
and regrettably, he's probably the worst legendary hero, period.
Yeah.
I would say, well, aside from Roy,
Which is not going to last.
it's not going
He's
to
the
last.
worst
Roy
because
is
he
the
can't
worst.
get better.
I know. Yes, that's true. But in terms of actual, like, using in battle, Roy is by far the worst right now.
Not by far. By
No, I would say by far.
Roy actually has a speed stat natural. Ike has slaying.
Ike actually gets stats from his weapon and gets slaying.
It's not enough of a deal, at least for me, where I feel like Roy is like abundantly behind. He's just
No, I
behind,
think
but obviously worse.
Okay, well, I guess agree to disagree. I still think Roy is beyond atrocious, and Ike is at
I
least
do not.
acceptable.
I think he's terrible, but I do not think he is. Ike is actually good, comparatively terrible.
No, I don't think Ike is great or anything, but I think
Roy is not
he's
our
much
boy.
better.
Remember that, chat. Remember that.
No,
As I like to say, boy is our Roy,
there is
not
no
the other
good
way
Roy.
around.
There is no good Roy, right?
There is no good Roy.
Lava Bounds Roy is good, if you ask me.
Ah, ha, 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 you're crazy.
I use him
Brave
to
Roy
clear
at
so
plus
much
10 has
PvE
slightly better
content.
stats than Ellie would.
Dude, I would agree with you if you want to go back 4 years, but we're not in
Yeah,
2018.
So much
When-
PvE content for me, though.
When he was bootleg Legendary Leaf, before Legendary Leaf was a thing. And now Spring Henry is just better. And nobody cares about Spring Henry.
One cares about Spring Hen.
Except the Henry fans, they're very happy.
Are they?
I think Henry
like
fans
being
are
around
used to
it.
getting shit on because base Henry was bad, and now they
Base
have another
Henry is
bad.
actually
They,
good now, though. Like, relatively good.
Yeah, that
Around
sounds
them.
like.
for
Two
a
Henry
Gen 1
teams
unit,
last year was that.
sure, for a Gen 1 unit, he is more relevance than
It's like you're
most.
describing an abuse victim. It's like they usually get beat up on, but today they got slapped on. They're
Yeah,
happy as a
and
result. That's
Henry-
so bad.
Yeah,
I actually do still
Uh,
fight some Henrys, and they're
Halloween
not
Henry
like
is
non-threats. Halloween Henry is
pretty
weird,
bad.
but not good.
I mean, well, Savvy Fighter has helped him a little bit, but it's still
He's
One
it's
of
also
the
like,
not
few
that
tome
bad.
armors with speed.
Yeah, he's one of the only fast mage armors. And
he's
they can do
unique,
that.
but it's pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, chat.
But-
Before I forget, tomorrow is our hero views. It was supposed to be today, but I slept like shit last night, so I didn't have energy for much of anything until later in the day.
Yeah, understandably.
This
do
is
be like
guys.
that.
I took melatonin. I slept at 12 yesterday. I was like, I'm gonna go into this week with as much energy, and we're gonna have a schedule. And I fucked it up on the first day because even though I took melatonin, I only slept 5 hours and I woke up. And I can't take another melatonin pill because melatonin pills, they're supposed to last at least 5 hours, which means I would sleep 10 plus hours then, which I didn't want to do either. So I was like, oh my god, it's so annoying.
Yes, perpendicular, drugged out noms, very much.
How did I do? What am I supposed to do about this? It's so dumb. I
mean,
got
sleep
drugs.
schedules don't change overnight,
It's not about
even with
changing.
drugs.
It's not about changing overnight. I don't sleep well. I wake up a lot in the middle of the night.
No, well, I mean, just changing sleep habits and sleep schedules is either of those things take more time than they should. I've encountered that myself. It takes me usually several days when I've got onto a bad sleep pattern to really get back into getting to bed at reasonable times.
No, I think you're misunderstanding. Like, I felt tired when I slept last night.
But it's tough to stay asleep.
yeah, I just wake up a lot during the middle of the night. That's the biggest issue. Like, falling asleep isn't that hard. I didn't get melatonin to fall asleep. I got melatonin to stay asleep.
Okay.
I woke
So I
up
guess in that case,
once
it's
this
tough.
week. It was weird. I went to sleep for like 3 hours, woke up, and that's like never happened to me.
I have the opposite problem, is that I sometimes struggle to get to sleep. When I'm asleep, I usually sleep for a good amount of time.
Oh yeah, I usually have a little more thing to sleep sometimes, but usually in most cases, sleep easily and then stay asleep for a long time.
I love Len's
anomalies.
solution. Len's solution is if you wake up, just fall back asleep. Yeah, thanks.
That's
dude.
what I do.
Yeah, just sleep.
Yeah, just just sleep,
you, you wonder you you think I didn't try that? Come on, man. Come on. Obviously, I just lied there trying to fall back asleep, but I couldn't.
The best way to fall back asleep is to not think about falling back asleep. But that's much easier said than done when you want to go to sleep.
It could also be because in the past, I was consistently exhausted, right? Like, I didn't have issues sleeping when I was working all the time because I only slept 4 hours a day.
Yeah, well, that's that'll do it.
Right? Because go to work, come home, rest a bit, like mostly just eat, stream, edit video, go to sleep, or study, and then go to sleep. Like, I didn't have enough time to sleep, period. So, but great how that works out, huh?
Yeah.
Now that there's time to sleep, I can't sleep. Hooray. Just sleep, Kappa. Thanks. Thanks, forehead. Thanks, you
Everyone's
guys.
got some nice advice.
You guys are awesome. You guys are the worst.
Thank you, Big Clock. That is interesting advice indeed.
I heard that. I heard that too.
I mean, technically, it's true.
I don't know if it's true though.
Well, it's not true for everyone, but it's often true because, you know.
And
I know it's true for me.
that's great.
Mm-hmm.
See,
See, if you're not looking at chat, nobody will even know what I'm talking about, so it's fine.
You guys have any suggestions as to what I should try
Wait for what?
to fall asleep? Or, sorry, to stay asleep. Falling asleep isn't that hard.
Get a cat. If you get a cat and he or she sleeps on your legs, you can't wake up because basically dead.
I don't think that works.
That's to me.
It's a pretty expensive solution, too.
Cute.
Doesn't the cat wake me up? I already don't sleep well. Like,
Well, it
the
depends on the
smallest
cat
things
you
will
get.
wake me up.
Yeah, you don't want to take a gamble on a cat to get you to sleep. I mean, if you got one, that's great. That'll help you with sleep. That's nice, but
My cat is very good, so I like it.
that's good for you.
Okay.
I've never really slept much with like dogs or cats like on the bed. I've done that like a couple times with my old dog when I lived in California. When
Oh, by
my
the way,
parents were away.
I move around a lot when I sleep, so there's probably not a good idea to have something on me.
Oh yeah.
I've told you guys a story before where I pushed my girlfriend off the bed while sleeping.
Yeah. I bet that was the last date.
And in general, I also have the issue of, oh wait, Yuri. Oh, Yuri. I also have the issue of sorry, no. Like if I use earplugs or something, it usually doesn't matter because they always fall on my ears because I move so much when I sleep.
Well, there's always the way of checking if your bed and your pillows and your blankets are all in working in good order. Like if you feel comfy temperature-wise, if your head feels good when you sleep, if your mattress is at least decent quality. Those are the basic things.
I actually have a memory gel. Memory
Oh
foam.
yeah, the memory foam, yeah. Yeah, I've heard that it's good, although some people don't like it.
Yeah. Alright, chat, let's try this team out. Should be easy. Have you tried an eye mask? Yes, I use one every single day. I've tried just about everything you can think of at this. It's not like I like having a shitty schedule. It's not on purpose.
Things impractical. I feel like an eye mask would just distract me. The sensitivity to it on your face.
It depends on the person, really. Some people are more sensitive to that kind of thing.
I'm confused by you. You want a pet on your legs, but you're gonna be
Well,
distracted by sensitivity on your
It's not on my like. I don't like things on my skin while I'm like. I can like actively feel.
You still make contact with it, right?
What do you mean? My
Your
like,
legs are touching your cat.
It's on top of my sheets or my blankets, so like it's like legs, but yeah.
I guess, but so Evan, does that mean you also don't like wearing a shirt when you sleep, or underwear, or anything like that?
No, I do. I mean, sometimes I don't like the the waistband of my pants or shorts or whatever, but like sometimes that's uncomfortable, but that's usually bearable enough.
How many people sleep naked?
I feel uncomfortable doing that.
I haven't slept naked for a long time. I usually just wear a shirt and underwear. Yeah.
Never.
I get sick a lot when I do that, so I gave up on it.
Probably a good sign to not do it, yeah.
But it's so hot. Ugh.
I usually solve that by just reducing the blankets or making them lighter blankets.
Having all my skin like that just feels weird.
I spend all my time naked. That's why I became a VTuber.
Clipped and shipped.
Are you like stressed or something? I think I'm generally always stressed anyways. Yeah.
Who isn't?
Yeah. Well, some people are less stressed than others, but I think we're all varying degrees of stressed, I guess.
You know, if Evan said he wasn't one of them, I was gonna be really pissed off. Evan doesn't sound stressed at all. Evan always sounds like he needs more stress in his life.
That's for fucking sure.
My voice. And the fact that I don't care. Or I try not to care.
Good night, Keaton.
Good night, Keaton.
Future OnlyFans, no. I've always wanted to open up a Patreon or something as an extra thing, but I never did because I can't think of anything to justify you guys spending extra money. Alright, last team.
I checked the guy who voices Medeus. Not much on this guy, but he has a voices.com page, I guess. Which is definitely him because it's the same kind of... He definitely has the same voice, so it's definitely this guy.
What's his name? Dennis?
Dennis Hole. Seems
Alright,
like he did mostly like commercials.
I don't want to sound mean, and I'm not going to mention anyone, so I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way. But I've done reaction videos for Fire Emblem Heroes for many, many years. I've bumped into more than a couple of the voice actors who are really, really small, who are really, really excited to get any kind of role like this, that they show up on reaction pages as like, I did this role, and I'm really happy about it and all that stuff. It's super cute, but you also recognize that these guys are really new at this stuff. Like, they don't get this opportunity very often.
Yeah.
So it's not
one of them, yeah.
And Faye in particular has been recently expanding to have a lot of green voice actors. Like they have really like
yeah, they've done a lot more expensive with it. And honestly, a lot of the voice actors who are new actually do a pretty good job. Like Wolf's voice actor has like very little experience at all officially, and he still does a fine job.
Okay,
All
because to be frank, you don't need a lot of experience to do this. To voice
No,
like
not really.
10 lines out, come on, like it's not a big deal.
No, but if you can actually put all off a good performance while doing it, like something noteworthy than that, really is impressive.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think of.
Oh my god, what is this?
That's a Felicia.
Jesus.
Oh god.
That is
What
a
is this
new
team?
Year 1 team plus a couple. Hey, it's recruiting the corner.
Oh
Let's
my
recruit
god,
there.
they're really trying to make this work. Christ.
I respect.
Oh
that
god,
Felicia.
it's not even refined.
Ow.
Ow.
Okay.
Year 1 team plus air.
Wow.
What the heck is this stuff?
Veronica is year 2.
I guess they have Frederick, so fine. Okay.
What am I looking at?
These
There's a
refined
court.
Frederick's-
Oh my god.
Have you guys
Oh,
ever
this guy
seen
wasted
Corner
corn
Berkut?
Hey, his defense res solo and miracle. He won't die,
You know what?
guys.
He's hitting what now? 51, 57 defense? That's actually okay considering how bad the rest of this team is.
I wonder if they killed Duma or Hatari Zane.
He's hitting. Let's see.
If
how
I
much
had to
res
guess,
is he
because this
hitting?
guy probably hasn't
6,
invested anything in
12.
years, probably Zane. I mean, not Zane, Duma.
17.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
He's hitting 49 res, so you know.
This is gonna sound really mean, but this is by far, like, it's not like he didn't try. He definitely did try. These heroes obviously have ideas here, right? You can see it.
Wait, sweep.
It feels like it feels like I'm in a time machine.
Yeah.
I'm in a time machine. It's like 4
And
years
yet he
ago.
Did he refine Liviaberg?
Nope.
No, he didn't refine these weapons for some reason. It's so weird.
Well, you refine
Probably just
Frederick's
blocked the
axe.
team. He blocked the team and never came back to it. That's my guess.
Jeez, this is so weird, chat.
This is literally somebody who made a team probably in like 2018 sorry, 19 and never changed it. Like,
All right.
aside from some skills that he got for like Berkut getting Dark Royal Spear, he didn't bother.
All right,
That's
now
why
watch
he's
me
good.
lose.
He hasn't even played Aether Raids today because he's still tier 30.
Oh, he's already lost. That's right.
Yeah, which, gee, wonder if that's a surprise. Yeah, I'm sorry. I respect people who just use their favorite units and say screw it. And I know some people just like to coast Aether Raids, but ouch.
All right, we're playing him.
Nap time.
I guess you could say it's an ouch pouch moment.
He's actually Vault of Heaven. Yes.
He's probably Vault 0.5, so he's literally just drifting in and out. Because that's literally no effort.
My God, we could just immediately attack.
This
You
is
could
one of
just-
those games where I just throw Fallen Edelgard in as a disrespect and end turn.
All right, chat. Here we go.
Unlike you,
Honestly,
Legion, I don't have Fallen Edelgard. I still haven't got
I
there.
only use her in Aether Raids as a disrespect to these kinds of teams.
honestly, I kind of feel bad for playing this guy, but
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is the game.
Don't feel too
Well,
bad.
try
Don't
not
feel-
to lose the unit accidentally. in
Yeah,
your
don't feel
comfort.
too bad because he's probably under lift loss coverage right now, so it doesn't matter.
Ah, you're actually
Ah.
right about that. By the way, this air is not a threat to kill anybody, which is really sad.
Nope. Doesn't even have Sparkling Boost too. He's not even using Sparkling Boost. He's using Speed Ploy.
This way?
Wind sweep.
All
We'll
right.
see this through.
I need 2 attacks of core. There's no, there's no tower to deny dual skills. All right,
command.
whatever. Let's just do this already.
Go for it. Sit. Lynn, I'm not sure I can. Courage, Florina. Shh, not so loud. Lynn,
Oh, that wasn't
you're a
real. All right.
wonder. This is it. Yes, what she said.
We 69 Frederick. Nice.
Shush. Quiet down.
Oh yeah, I don't know if anyone ever notices this or thinks about it, but the weapons, like the old refined weapons, for example, like Frederick's Axe and Hautaclear and stuff like that, they're just one effect that's shared by an inheritable weapon. Like it just feels really wrong to me to do anything but the effect refine, because like Frederick's Axe with a speed refine is literally just a slaying axe with 2 more might, or no, sorry, slaying hammer with 2 more might. Like it feels so wrong. Well, yeah, Gunter at least has a unique effect. I mean, even if it's fucking terrible. But...
Stop lying.
Oh, Evan, you will never change.
I mean, if I'm just making the argument in general, the stat refine always sucks. Except for a couple of niche cases where you can make the argument, it always sucks to do the stat.
Yes,
Even
generally
where you're trying to stack stats for a pair.
You can relate because you did Attack Refine Flame Tongue Plus on New Spell.
Yeah, for attack opening matches.
Yeah, well, in that case, you're not even refining it perfect. But wasting 200 dew on a stat refine almost never is worth it.
I did it for all my
so
Gunter stats just because.
Well, yeah, if you want to do it for a favorite that you feel irrationally compelled to do it for, then
Yes, I suppose. But very, very... Which makes me... Nowadays, I kind of wish they cut the cost on those, because sometimes refines just change the base weapon so much that it becomes a completely different weapon. Being able to stat refine so you can just get that, you may not be able to get the effect refine, but at least you'll get something that fundamentally fixes the unit.
That'd be nice if they could
That would be nice.
remove half the cost for that or something.
Because, like, take, for example, Legiarn's New. Pre-refine, it is literally... You're just basically trying to keep up with the opponent's buffs, but post-refine, you're using your own buffs against them, while still being able to use their buffs against them. So, it actually completely changes Legiarn's entire playstyle. But you have to do the whole 200 do to get that, in addition to, hopefully, her effect refine.
So much for that almost 50 res on Berkut and got fucking one-shotted.
I did the math wrong. I thought I was in Wings of Mercy in 2 shots. That's what I remembered. And I wasn't in Wings of Mercy. But the thing is, I also knew that... Huh?
You were trying to math this?
No, I wanted to... Well, I could have backed off, but I wanted to just push it. I was not at Wings of Mercy percentage. So I actually was going to take a hit. But, like, I was surprised by that, because I thought this team was 2 shots into... Huh.
Oh yeah, that might be good to note for later. Just in general.
Yeah, because I remembered that. So we could have screwed that up. But the other thing is...
Your merges might have screwed it up.
Yeah. The other thing is, like, it does put precedence to go for the Fury 4X Ruptured Sky combination off of Byleth, because it would guarantee me to drop in there. But I thought I had enough. As it's... Oh!
You're at 58 HP, right?
Yeah, because I'm 58 HP, and right now I'm only draining 6 plus 5, 11.
You need to take 29 damage, right?
29 damage, yep.
Yeah. So, if you're taking 8 and 6, 14, 28, you actually are just over Fury twice.
That's because, alright, now I remember chat. Last season, our bonus hero was not Dagger. It was, Claude. That's why.
Oh, so you had less HP.
Yeah, I had less HP last season. That's why I was a bit confused as to why I couldn't wing. And that's why I pushed it, because that's what I remembered.
You can't do Fury 4.
Right,
you will actually be exactly 1 HP away.
Did he have bonus structure?
Probably not.
Yeah, he did. He did. It was a Dark Shrine.
Oh, well, in that case, cool. I almost said this exact team at one point. Not the Yuri. That Legiarn has no buffs. Nice. And Triandra doesn't provide buffs. She only inflicts debuffs.
At least
I still like Triandra's dance a lot.
It's a really good dance.
The guard effect is just so nice. Yeah.
I'm surprised they invested a Niffle into that Legiarn.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Alright, I'm starting to think I should put in a Dune instead of Ileana. It feels bad because I formatted her, but now we have better savior units.
Well, the thing with Ileana versus Dun is... I'd say rot stats and guard. Like, Ileana's gonna hit more stats overall than Idun, but Idun does have slaying. I guess occasionally that armor effective neutralization can come in handy. And if you can get it hardy, but I think Ileana still holds a name for herself though, because she has so much more in stats than Idun can, while still being able to maintain guard. And of course, your Ileana's Unity, which Idun physically can't do. So,
but Idun doesn't get debuffed anyways.
No, but if Ileana gets debuffed, it becomes a benefit for her. Which, again, Ileana would be winning in the stat war, which is relevant sometimes. I use both a, like, somewhat non-traditional far save in Hector, and then sometimes I'll use a full raw stat far save like Robin, depending on the matchup. Also, that shield session is making me hurt. Never. Never use that seal.
Never use the shield session seal? Yeah.
Not on a serious unit. Just nowhere. Nowhere. Even in summoner duels.
Why are you so against shield session as a seal?
Because, first of all, in Ether Raids, you can just choose your order of actions, so it does 3. And second, in the opposite side of Ether Raids, a 7th slot immediately drops it down to 6. Any further action, and it's down to 3.
Yeah, I guess I can see in the Ether Raids context.
And in Summoner Duels, all it does is delay the inevitable. Like, they just have to wait a little longer. I guess it's better in Summoner Duels than in most cases, but some clever planning can just make shield session dull. And
I think in most PvE stuff, though, it could be pretty useful.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm saying don't use it in serious context.
Oh, serious. I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, I meant to say that. Don't use it in serious context.
No, you did say that. I just didn't understand what you meant exactly.
Yeah, because it is not the most useless seal, but when you have the option of, like, Def Res form, for example.
Yeah, wait,
or in the future?
Yeah, in the future, yeah.
Or, like, even now, just closer distance defense 3. I mean, shield session is just a little awkward.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, I still think it's good in PvE, but in PvP, it's pretty tough to make work.
Yeah.
I mean, at the very least, it'll always give 3 defense and resistance.
Yeah. It's not useless, but it's not that useful. Conversely, of course, for the same reasons, Blade Session is amazing.
Yeah, because you can actively control Blade Session.
Yep. And it's very easy to at least make it better than everything except for attack speed, form, and full stack.
This will be fun.
Yeah, the 6th condition is very, very easy.
Yep.
It's strange how an A skill that was kind of like, kind of iffy, can turn into a really, really good seal.
Yep.
Like the forms, Blade Session.
That's the thing. Some skills are literally just made for seals. Like, they're just so much better on seal than they are anywhere else.
Yeah, Mystic Boost being a prime example.
I can cancel after teleporting, right? Or is that not a thing?
If you have flat cancel, then yes.
With Trace, do it after teleporting.
I won't.
There is no Trace on this team though. If you're talking about Yuri,
I'm talking about Yuri.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to put the cow here and then teleport up, get the kill, and break down.
You'll be able to canto the full way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just for Canto Rem that's like that.
Yep.
If you say so.
Black Canto is broken for this exact reason.
Except against Canto control, in which case it's worse Canto.
What?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Because it's the same treatment against all Cantos.
Yeah, it's just 1, and if you're not melee, you get none.
If you say so.
I was thinking of okay.
Yeah, no.
Wait, it's even for melee units that have flat Canto, they can still move 1.
Yep.
Okay, okay.
Yuri, meet Yuri.
Normally, I would just save Yuri against this team, but Yuri's probably my only option right
You probably could. Nah. And then Joran would cause some potential issues. Mostly because you have Mela.
Take my hand.
If you say so.
If you were able to Dark Shrine Soak, though, then Ileana would just clean sweep this.
A new dawn.
Okay.
This will be fun.
Man, Yuri is such a cool unit.
Very fun.
I won't disappoint.
Now the question is how we're gonna do this.
Repo with Dogger in to kill some. I mean, I feel like
I think that would work.
regardless.
I think.
Well, I guess the trap.
Oh yeah, it ain't disarm Yuri. That is true. Yeah, because there's two dancers and neither is isolated.
Yep. So I have to push.
Got him.
Yep.
I think this is the best move.
Where to, friend?
It makes me scared to
If
imagine.
you can get Ashen, then I think that's probably also one of your best moves.
That would help too. Yeah. But it makes me scared to imagine a dagger unit. Maybe there will never be a dagger unit like this, but with Yuri's utility, but with the combat of like Vulcan Joshua.
You won't get that. Yuri
I know.
is specifically designed like this for a reason.
I-
if you get
yes,
that, it's going
I
to be
know,
when
but-
Yuri gets her fine.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
when we
3
get Yuri
refreshes.
Yeah, or
And
we
I-
get a Yuri alt, right? Legendary Yuri.
3 refreshes. 4, sorry, because you have your duo skill.
Right. This is gonna be interesting.
Well, you know, once Peony's dead. Plus, you also get an extra 2 actions if Ash can get in and kill Force. If you can... if you can pin down that Triandra, then you win.
Yeah. And I just have to pin down Triandra afterwards. I could get the Peony.
Yeah, that duo only has to go no matter what.
I knew that was real, but that's
On the right
fine.
foot.
This will be fun.
Yeah, now you get 2 actions for the price of 1. You kill the, well, I guess...
Yeah.
You can either kill there, use your duo skill on Yuri, or you can kill the second note and then use the duo skill on Raphael.
Wait,
So
how?
they both would result in the same act.
I won't
Because-
disappoint.
Because Raphael can, well, I guess, yeah, he wouldn't be able to refresh with Raphael, but you could do a skill on him anyways. Eventually. Yeah, you would have to kill the peonies, though.
Yeah. I'll kill
Yeah.
the Peony next.
Yeah.
Well, your regular peony can also refresh, too, because of Pathfinder.
Right. I think, okay. I think I should kill this knot.
I think what you can do is, I'm just thinking here, kill that note, then duo skill to kill the duoni, or sorry, you can't, you would have to regular refresh to kill the duoni. Refresh economy is a little weird, because of the position of Raphael relative to the
Maybe
duoni.
this way.
Because I can still go up all the way here.
This will be fun.
This trap being real is kind of shitty, but whatever. It's,
Yeah. I think the real problem is gonna eventually be not overkilling this defense. Even if we figure out the exact order of actions.
Ooh, alright. I think it's this kill. It's definitely this kill.
I think so.
And I gotta move up, refresh.
I do not object.
Where to,
Oh
friend?
yeah, if Ash moves up one, then Raphael can warp adjacent to Duoni, so you could kill the second note. Nah, that wouldn't quite.
Yeah, it still wouldn't work.
Well, no, because then you kill the second note, Raphael refreshes, you kill the Duoni, Duo skill the Raphael, and then you'd kill that note.
Wait, what?
Because you can move Ash up, so Raphael could then warp in front of Duo Peony. So you kill the second note with Yuri, then you refresh him with Raphael. Then Yuri can kill the Duo Peony on their side. Duo skill the Raphael to refresh Yuri again.
What? I don't have enough actions still.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I'm now thinking, how are we gonna get all these actions in regardless?
I won't disappoint.
Because yeah, you can kill the Duo Peony now, but...
No.
Is this
Truly?
even possible?
This way?
-6 gets him to 27.
I do not object.
Yeah, I think we did it in the inn.
You do that, then refresh Ash, kill Lake.
Oh yeah, refresh Ash, kill Leg Yarn. As long as Ash doubles, then she should be able to Gale Force.
Right. Here we go.
Yep. And Leg Yarn does not have full no follow-up, so as long as you don't one-shot, you should be fine.
Lord Asker, guide us.
Wow, did we
It's gonna be a
actually get
little
it?
weird, though. The attack checks just because of the ARD attack speed 4, but it should be okay.
We actually got it.
Wow. Go Ash.
Ash is very based. Based cow. I am, of course, based, as she would say.
Good night, Big Clock Lover. Thanks for being here. Wow, we actually did it, chat.
Wow.
I was thinking about it because it was
Big
like...
clock.
I was thinking about it because I was like, I do see a way through with all this. We can get enough actions
Yeah,
if it's through Ash.
It has
Yeah.
to be through Ash. I just
So that's why I didn't
know-
give
I wasn't
up.
thinking That many
So
warps,
I
wow.
If you say so.
But yeah, that's why I didn't want to give up. Because
I'm impressed you beat that heavy blade check. But then
If
again,
that
leg
Lake
yarn,
Yarn were a gatekeep, that couldn't have worked.
if that leg yarn
Take
did
my
not
hand.
have Rouse 4, it wouldn't have worked. But because she couldn't get buffed, I guess, yeah, that wouldn't give Ash enough attack.
This will be fun.
Huh.
that's crazy, chat, that we actually got this. Because
Where to, friend?
I didn't think it was impossible, but I saw the flaws of it.
Ready.
Yeah, I was thinking, I wasn't thinking of Ash, I was thinking about how Yuri could do it, and I'm like,
disappoint.
Yuri can't. Huh. Oh yeah, Ash does. Well, Ash has lull, but if Leg Yarn has anything other than an attack defense buff, then she'd still get attack +6 for a weapon plus whatever.
No
those
follow-up.
buffs
Or
are.
actually, no follow-up. She only
No,
gets
she'd get the
offensive
flat
but
stat. She'd get flat stats
but
from
yeah, she would get the
My
stats.
warmest
Yeah.
the Leg
greetings.
Yarn situation.
I'm heading out now, though. Night, night,
Alright.
everyone.
Oh, yeah,
Night.
night.
Right.
In the ultimate disrespect. Break everything.
Yeah.
Maybe this I do not object.
I actually
Nothing
want him
more
to.
painful than this. Hmm?
I actually want him to rematch me.
If you say so.
That'd be fun to watch.
That's why I do this all the time, chat. It's on purpose, because you're trying to
You're rage baiting them?
Yeah.
Oh wow, you even got the
Good morning.
called him out on his bluff with the trap.
Got him. A new dawn.
Kaboom.
All right, we're done.
Guide us.
Wait, we have one more turn. Or we have whatever. I'm just gonna attack. He gets the point.
Yep. Also, Raphael is still one of the best emotes we've ever had.
Yep.
Literally cannot do strategies without Raphael.
Alright, I'm happy about that. Tomorrow I'll just have to worry about data mine.
Yep.
Oh, yay, fought someone. What did they do? Oh.
Someone who lost one person and then they quit.
Oh, hey, look, it's Nana.
No shit, Dex. We
That's what it
could
is.
read the one hero lost. Don't worry.
Well, yeah, but
You're also trying out this trap, huh?
Yeah. It's only for Yuri's. What I can tell, it's only for Yuri's.
Yeah. Basically, or if you're like using a mythic.
All right, chat. Let's see the battle. Air, pretty basic air. E-tree, okay, really good. E-tree, dagger, steady posture,
Standard
weirdo.
E-tree. What the
All right, this is what I wanted to look
Dragon
at.
Fang Dogger. Okay.
Man, these Fjorms, deflect magic. I get it. Everyone's fighting dual Corins, but is deflect magic actually good enough?
A Ninjoran? I would hope so.
The thing is, even if you can deflect magic to Corin, what about everything else? The leaf,
Oh yeah,
the
that's
Chrome.
the thing.
Yeah, that's
That's
the thing.
You have to be able to do everything else.
Right,
I run
and
deflect magic on Hector because he can do everything else.
Right.
I'm not so sure about Pure.
All right, so this actually opened my eyes.
Oh.
That means I could move the trap over by 1.
Yeah. Stop the range pokes. Dual Leaf remains basically a Fjorm counter, or at least check.
Yeah, that's one problem about Azura. She attacks too often. But it's okay, because in this scenario...
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. She does attack, and for Hardy fighters...
This.
a
That's
bad
why it's
thing.
okay.
Yep.
A gift for you.
Not that Chrom would have had troubles even with Ice Mirror.
Wait, you're...
Which, dear God, she did not.
Oh dear.
You know why I like my team so much to be a not line?
Why's that?
You look at my team. You look at where the water is. Ow!
Oh,
Will you
God,
ever delay this long enough to get the water? There's no chance of it.
Well, there is one chance you don't kill the Lara shell. This guy
maybe.
didn't have that. This guy
you-
didn't have the choice.
Or you let the Knots fight E-Tree. Listen, it's not easy. It's not.
No.
I've seen it. I've seen so many people try and they lose units for it.
No. Lara shell is the only thing that I would be able to willingly keep alive sometimes, and I need to use Hector as my lead, which brings in a bevy of other issues. It's not an easy team to get pots on. This would be one of those ones I dread fighting for the pots more than the actual team.
That's why I don't want to do a proper team. Like, I like the Knot line in the fact that I can deny them water, and most smart players recognize that's not worth it, and there you go.
Yeah.
Even if you took this fight, it would not be worth it.
No. Like, obviously, you could probably make something that isn't a pure knot line work, but it's so much for so little in the grand scheme.
Yep.
It's just not worth it.
All right, I should move that forward by 1 because I've been thinking about moving it forward. I've never seen anyone use like close trace or Kanto from a physical unit.
Yeah.
It's all been ranged thus far.
There's no Regan in this season. But then again, there's also no Atri. Even more so to be to stop the non-disarm Yuris.
Alright, we'll make that adjustment. Yeah.
We'll see how that works. I will say it is nice, at the very minimum, you can have 3 traps. You just can't fake out people if you do it that way.
Wait a second. Do you see something wrong here? Chat, how many hours do you have to wait before you can, Wait, is it 18 or 20?
It's 20, I'm pretty sure.
I think it's 20, yeah. Never mind. But this has happened to me before where I'm like a few minutes off from a cleared match. So I'm vulnerable right now.
Yeah, you are vulnerable at the moment. And you are in tier 32, so you're probably gonna actually fight some decent people.
I do that every season.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to play every single day. I like the fact that you can play double down 3 days.
It makes it a little harder than doing it once per day because you're a little bit...
What the heck?
Why are our profile pictures there?
I use Fugi, so when people when I'm doing collabs with people, that people can see who's talking. But it cracks me up that you two look so stupid.
Well, thank you. Yeah, the non-cropped out Black Knight and Legolin. Or Legolin.
Oh joy.
I didn't even realize that's what you had as your profile pic.
It used to be actually Baskia Legion, and actually had the Legion head on it, but now Legion is imitating something that doesn't exist.
Right. Before, I at least understood what it was. Now, I thought it was just Legion head. A floating Legion head. That's what I thought it was.
Legion on Basculin.
Legion is the reason that you devolved yourself because people on April Fools were copying your name?
That, and I was gonna do it anyways, and then I just didn't bother changing it back because I went through all that effort to clean cut Legion's face out of that.
Such
his hair covers his helmet. His hair covers the mask, so I had to detail all that, and I'm like, I don't want to just use this for one day.
I'm glad you went through all that work and judged it worthwhile to keep. My God.
Yes, unfortunate indeed. Because Baskia Legion, actually, that was a really nice PFP.
Oh yeah, no, I was having a lot of fun using Baskia Legion as the PFP, but I mean, I used to literally change it every month with different Legion fan art for a while. But then I just found I was running out of Legion fan art, and I also just felt like keeping it a little more consistent. There's one artist on Twitter who did Legion art consistently for a while, but they've been more interested in Edelgard X Hubert, so...
Oh my God, why? I respect it, but why?
At least the art looks good.
I'm always ready.
I'll respect them there. And it's not like anything... It's tasteful.
It's tasteful.
It's lore friendly.
Alright.
But I always appreciate when people give Legion attention, which happens every now and again. Happens more than with some GHBs, I'll give it that.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I sure hope... Yeah? I was gonna say, I sure hope I get sleep on time today, jeez.
Yeah, no kidding. I might take
Should I read?
Should you
like, read a book before going to bed.
That might work. Something that's low-tech, able to wind down. That might work.
But I end up liking the books I read, and then I have self-control problems, chat.
Yeah, that is the other problem. It can go the other way.
Because if you read a book you actually enjoy, why would you stop reading the book you actually enjoy?
Oh, I know, I had problems trying to do that.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, my ticket summons on this, by the way, are pretty alright. I ended up getting 2 Brave Alms and a Leg Yarn off ticket.
I would really like to pull up, pick up one vector.
Yeah. Why one?
Because I already have one. So hopefully it's plus attack, plus defense, or plus res. And then I'll just,
yeah.
and I'll just make a merge, and I'll give him savior, and I'll be done with it.
Yeah, you could just join us on the glue train.
At that point, I'll have Ascendant Dune, Legendary Tiki, Bjorn, and then Hector. Like, that's just 4 really good savior units.
Yeah. That'd be enough for SDS. For sure.
I've got this.
Personally, I've been using mostly Vector, and then I haven't really used Legendary Tiki as much as I probably should, I'm realizing. Like, I kind of forget I can use her in Summoner Duels consistently. I should do that. Because, yeah, I mostly use Hector and then Valentine's Robin for my far saves. I don't use a ton of Fjorm, and that's just because I'm finding I really just want raw bulk right now. There are some really insane nukes.
I won't lose.
Of course, then on the other hand, I'm gonna form a Rudolph, so that'll be another far safe. And yes, I'm going far safe with Rudolph.
Really?
That's why I'm hesitating though. Because I really like Ileana, and I used her for quite a while, but she's starting to feel like she's lacking because savior units have gotten so good in the time since I got in her.
Yeah, Ileana's still fine, for the record. And
know.
like lethal rates, you can still do just fine with her. I used Henriette right up until Henriette was a projectively power cut. But Ileana, like, there does come a time where eventually you do have to switch to perf ones that are more like unique in their role. It's coming. And it certainly is there when it comes to Hardy Fighter ones. If you have the option to run a Hardy Fighter Aegis Savior, that's usually better than the alternative.
Right. Alright, chat, what are we learning? We got Merge, Show Res, Spur, Speed Res, AS Far Trace. Wow, that's probably the best thing. Brazen Attack Defense, Glaciers, Shove, and Hamaya.
I was looking through the... Why? Attack Speed Far Trace is such a weird enigma to me. Why is it on Elamine and Constance? And that's
it doesn't make sense on either of them. They both have really crappy defenses. I guess for their... Huh?
For a Heavy Blade check, but that's only for Constance.
Yeah.
And Elamine doesn't even get hurt.
Yep. There are a lot of times in this game nowadays that I think they just do it because they want to release another version of it, and that's it. It's very short-sighted thinking, but...
Kanto is Kanto. I feel like, in that particular case, if Elamine had Kanto at all, it really didn't matter what one she got, because her stats don't matter in combat. Except for speed. Yeah, no, I already got basically everything on my Rudolph, so I'm ready to go to form him as soon as it gets dropped. Not gonna hesitate that one. I'll be out of souls, but on the other hand, Rudolph is probably one of my favorite units from that time. Even if I completely stopped using him.
I remember when you used to love Rudolph. Or not used to, but when you used to use him, I love him.
Oh yeah.
I remember this very well, because you couldn't shut up about him. It's like, Armor Unit releases, and you're just like, so this is how it compares to Rudolph. And nobody asked.
Me looking for who asked.
Well, now at least there is a gold standard armor. How does it compare to Vector? And that is something people will ask.
Right.
This way?
But yeah, it cracked me up how big of a fan you were for Rudolph for the longest time.
I will say, he was one of the best armors for a hot minute. Until Vector got his refine. And it went out of control.
Yep, the entire armor meta went out of control.
Yeah, armors really went insane post-Vector. And now we have Pirate Surtur, who is just a better Rudolph as well. Like, come on.
Alright, chat, what are we learning? We got Beguiling Bow, Rally Res, Noontime, Attack Res Form, Speed Defense Ruse, Spur Attack Speed Solo 3.
Finding yourself using Python a lot, eh?
At least he's got a good trace. That's nice. I'm gonna
Oh,
form
man.
a Python here. I have a +10 Python, and I really, really, really like Python. So
I like Python. I didn't really build him up, and I probably still won't, but I appreciate his existence here. Because
All it is.
oh well, I don't.
9
Python,
speed?
Python's yeah, that's nice. Python's Fey implementation, I think, was, I mean, for a demo, probably among the best we could have hoped for.
Oh yeah, no, Python is an amazing development. Even if, obviously, we now have both Wrath and Sedgar on his territory, he's still one of the
Yes, I would argue he's just slightly better than Wrath. His physical matchups are much better, and that's
Yeah.
what matters.
Yeah, exactly.
Or sorry, not Sedgar, better than Wrath. Did I say that?
I think you said Wrath.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Your advice?
This way?
I will say, using Rudolph, though, like, as far as actually beating this Hall of Forms, regardless of forming, was also pretty easy.
I will go.
I
Like,
bet.
I got Stout Lance on my Rudolph. That was pretty nice.
60-something
Pleasure.
defense on Rudolph from the 8th floor was kind of stupid.
I actually got really lucky with Rudolph's skills. I got, now I have, yeah, I actually have Distant Defense 4 Hardy Fighter on him. Just funny.
Distance stance Hardy Fighter. I would have gone bracing stance.
How
3,
big of a
but I
Hololive
just
fan am
figured
I? Ooh,
What's
sorry,
this
hit the
distance?
microphone.
a Hardy Fighter, you kind of want to be able to reach.
How big?
I
Yeah,
guess
quite.
this
Barely
stance
big, I
would
think.
be a little better for him. Yeah.
Why do you ask?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing max tanking,
If you're doing
Distance
like
stance.
sponging, then you want to run bracing stance 3, but you will not be able to recharge Hardy Fighter at the same pace.
was it
which can be
isn't?
problematic.
Don't people often do Distant Defense 4 because of the prevalence of buffs in some of the duels?
Yeah, a lot of people will do DD4. I argue, yeah, in some of duels you probably want DD4, though bracing 3 is better than most.
In
other
most
contexts,
modes, yeah.
Because most modes have normal special acceleration, not the instant special some of duels loves.
With pleasure.
Can't get enough of that. And I was thinking about doing a near save, but I just realized the near save meta doesn't matter as much. Not even close.
Cam, did you commission something from related to Hololive?
Ooh,
A month or so, he said.
that's interesting.
All right, chat, what we're learning. We got Defense Res 2, Even Attack Wave, South Hodge Speed, Swiss Rail 3, Growing Thunder, Rally Attack Res Plus, and Drifting Grace. No dance, I know.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And Renea literally is one of the most balanced dancers out there, and as a result, I always forget what her identity was supposed to be.
She didn't really have one.
He's a
other than
distant
being free
defense mule.
dancer.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I just run triple distant guard Renea. It's
Yeah.
still one of my favorite dancers to use just because of that.
All right, DG it is.
I got one skill on Renee at this Hall of Forms, and it was Fortress Defense Res 3, so I guess
I
she'll
got-
survive a little better.
2, attack opening and dance.
Oh, I didn't get dance, and I got very sad about that, but the Hall of Forms
I
was still
did
fun.
not go through. I refused to finish the early ones unless I got it because dance is just too valuable.
I did screw up on a few and lose because I didn't have dance,
I
and
lost.
Renee was so useless.
3 times, and I think that's just because I was literally up against things that Rudolph could not kill, and I was trying to only use Rudolph.
Oh yeah, I've lost like, what, 3 times now, I think. Yeah, but I was using like everybody but Renee, so.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
chat. So, tomorrow's schedule, before we head off, tomorrow's schedule, I'm going to do an early stream to do a bit of Genshin. And then later on in the day, we'll do another stream. And that will be for the data mine. I'll do hero views going to data mine because we don't really know how long it'll take before data mine comes out. Sorry for not doing hero views today. That was the original plan, but unfortunately, I think everybody knows what happened. Sleeping's hard. I'm gonna try and sleep at 2 a.m. I slept at 12 last night, and I slept early, but I couldn't stay asleep for 8 hours. So I'm giving another try with the pills. I'm gonna try taking 2 pills this time for 10 milligrams of melatonin, and that's the maximum safe amount, I guess, that they suggest. So yeah, so today's stream's a bit short, I know, but it's so I'm trying to have a schedule for you guys and for myself, but yeah, it's rough. So okay, let's try to find someone to raid. If you guys haven't followed and liked, subscribed, all those nice things already, please do. But yeah, let me find someone to raid. And the video DMs will be tomorrow. I haven't even watched you do your sting yet. Probably? Did you even do it seriously? Oh, we're gonna raid another Fire Emblem streamer, chat. That's rare. Let's do it.
Fire Emblem, like Fire Emblem or like Fire Emblem Heroes?
Fire Emblem Heroes. Triangle Strategy when? Hopefully soon, because I really missed the game and I've been wanting to play it.
Yeah, I got renewed interest in it recently. I should play it.
All right, what are we gonna say?
Buy it, of course.
What are we gonna say? What are we gonna say? I kind of want to be mean. Well, it'll be taken as mean. I don't want to be mean, but I was gonna be like, you're a top 10 face streamer, and which would be true. There's not even like 10 people anymore on a regular basis. But that would be taken the wrong way. So what do you guys want to say?
Let's see. Oh, Kutsu. Yeah.
Yeah, Kutsu.
Camilla. I recognize him from that. Yeah, the Camilla Bob Hart emote or whatever.
Yeah.
The power of Camilla or something. I don't know.
The power of Camilla. And if this is taken badly, we know who to blame. Good job. All right.
Yep, I think it'll be taken fine.
All right, guys. I love you guys. Take care. See you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna try really hard to do things on time tomorrow, but yeah, we'll see. Anyways,
love and hugs.
Love and hugs. Sure. We're gonna raid Akutsu. Here we go. All right. Good night, everyone.
Take care, y'all.
Good night.
Peace out. See you later.
My Hinuka just yet.